Okay, so first of all, okay, you kind of said it yourself there as to mentioning that Israel doesn't have the same immediate threats on the border anymore, but we know why. It's because they bombed the shit out of their threats, right? With regards to hardliners, let's say I agree with you that all they want is like Greater Israel, Nile Euphrates for whatever conquistador reasons. How do they win that support then? They don't win the support by saying, look, we can make the map of Israel bigger. They don't do that. They talk about security. They say, look, there are threats everywhere. The lefty fucking like liberal like bleeding hearts will put us in danger, whereas we're going to be the ones who keep you safe. That's Netanyahu's entire pitch. He's like, you might not like me for corruption or for my criminal scandals or for my racism or whatever, but at least I'll keep you safe. That's his entire pledge to the Israeli people. That's what he's kept himself in for like the best part of 20 years. When it comes to the threats, like if we're talking about the will to annex or anything like that, I don't really know how much micromanaging Israel does in the economies that it's at peace with, like whether it's Jordan or Egypt or even the ones that it's amicable to, like the Emirates or Saudi or anything like that. Like they seem to just be trade partners. Like that's what they are, and the occasional security partners with the missile launches from Iran. When it comes to annexation I just don't see this when it comes to beyond Israel's borders. Like they had Lebanon, they had Hezbollah completely, like you said, decapitated, demoralized, and their response was to pull back. The only parts of Lebanon that Israel occupies now is like 5 hilltops in Lebanon, and they do bomb. They bomb when Hezbollah comes south of the Litani or when they claim to see something happening in Dahya. But for the most part, they're in the perfect opportunity right now to start grabbing land in Lebanon. They haven't done it. They pulled back, and same thing in 2000. They occupied Lebanon for like 18 years, no settlements, no annexation. So I don't really know how much, like, there are settlers in Israel who want that to happen, who think that part of Lebanon belongs to them, but these people are never getting power. Like this is like a very fringe opinion in the country.
Well, I mean, I don't know. It's something that Smotrich has talked about at least several times, but okay. I mean, I'll grant you the fact that like it is a radical position, right? It's not like something that I think Netanyahu openly talks about or discusses. That being said, though, I think, I'm kind of left to once again make inferences based on their actions, and you sort of laid it out there for me in terms of what Israel's approach has been in the region since October 7th in terms of weakening all of its adversaries. And so I guess the question would be, are they doing that because all of their adversaries pose the same immediate threat that Hamas did on October 7th to Israel? Is it realistic to say Hezbollah might carry out their own October 7th?
Immediately greater
Hamas could carry out another October 7th, etc. Or is Israel carrying out decapitation strikes in Hezbollah, dismantling all of Gaza, attacking Iran because ultimately it wants to secure regional power, regardless of the fact of whether or not they're actually at imminent risk of being attacked.
For fuck's sake, Sorry, is it just a coincidence that every place where they do this is places where there are movements that want to like fuck them up? Like, is it just a coincidence that they went into Gaza after October 7th and not whereas before? The status, I don't know if people remember this, the status quo before October 7th was Israel thinking, if we just allow like more whatever Qatari humanitarian money, and if we loosen the blockade on the maritime border, which they did as well, and after Protective Edge, if they give these concessions, the work permits was another one that was actually very recent, then that will basically give Hamas what they want to govern their people and to stay in power, and they'll just leave us alone. They'll just do tit-for-tat rocket attacks. That was Israel's position. And when they thought that was the case, they left Gaza for the most part alone and just responded to rocket attacks every now and then. When it came to Lebanon, they tried the position of like backing off and trying to lead on to unify for the longest time. And then obviously Hezbollah built up an arsenal of like over 100,000 rockets. So it's like we're in a position now where I think their logic with Lebanon makes sense if you just think of it like, okay, Hezbollah built up this massive infrastructure. We've done a good job at destroying it. The Lebanese army is coming in and dismantling the rest. We're just going to fire whenever we see any attempt to rebuild so that they can't get into any like footing again. And to me that just like seems like a logical position. If we're saying that they're doing it just because they want power in the region, that might be the case, but like at the end of the day, who's giving them the excuse? It'd be much harder to justify that if, like, let's
The
say
music
Lebanon
I'm
was
listening to is
just
from,
not doing anything. Let's say Hezbollah were gone and it was
from
just the Lebanese
Elden
army
Ring,
and they weren't
which is
firing rockets at
something you
Israel, or
should
they
be
weren't doing
seeing,
rhetorical bluster.
but you're not
Then
for some reason.
the situation would be very different, no?
Well,
That's
I
why.
think that's fair, just taken on its face. But I
There
think
you
if
go.
you dig a little deeper, like, okay, so particularly Hezbollah hadn't attacked Israel post October 7th. I mean, not unprovoked anyway. You're talking about them dismantling Hezbollah's arsenal. I mean, isn't that a violation of their sovereignty? I mean, I know there's like dispute about whether or not they're really considered a terrorist organization or the
I want
government
to
in
play
Lebanon. I
a
mean,
game
they're
while
sort of
listening
like
to this shit.
a hybrid of both, but regardless, I mean, don't
'Cause
they
I
have
d-
the right to?
'cause I don't-
have
I
military?
really-
Don't they have a right to?
I don't know if I don't know what
Hezbollah's not
Lunder's
a
take
actor,
right now
no.
about
So
the
every
latest
weapon that
Syria
Hezbollah has
strike.
is not like passed through parliament or
But
through the government. Like they've got
I
like,
probably
at most I think they
don't
have like what
side
between
with
like
this
10 and
bald
15
guy.
members of the parliament.
because he
they
was
control the
Greater
government
Israel
through a lot
posting
more,
within like 2 seconds.
maybe like corrupt and illegitimate means, or by stalling on presidential votes if they don't get their way. But no, Hezbollah has no right to have a military. They're not the government of Lebanon. They don't have the monopoly of the means of violence. That's the state. That's why Lebanon is a country where like it has two armies. It's got Lebanon.
Israel
and
shouldn't
it's
let
got Hezbollah
fucking
and it's got the
Jews
Lebanese army.
invade
No.
Syria,
But that
and they
okay, but
like
that would
from
be
the
in the
Israeli Jews
conception
shouldn't
of,
fucking
like,
go into
the-
Syria, and
the
also
Western notion
shouldn't,
of
you know,
nation
strike
states
them.
adhering
What
to,
the
like,
fuck? It's
certain
internal
criteria
affairs
in
at
terms
this
of
point.
how a standing
Like
army
it's fucked
should
up what's happening
exist
to the Jews,
and
but
its
like
legal
you're not
status
allowed
and
to
all of
just
that.
intervene.
But I guess what I'm suggesting is,
Like, is anyone
if Hezbollah
like,
is sort of the armed wing of this political faction
is anyone
in
intervening
Lebanon,
when like they
have the
slaughter
ability to build
Palestinians
up
in the West
weapons as a
Bank?
deterrent to prevent
They kill
Israeli
200 Palestinians a
aggression.
year, a
I don't know if
fucking
that
year.
really warrants Israel then going into
No
attack
one's
them if
intervening now.
Hezbollah
When they're
hasn't
fucking
attacked
bombing
them first.
Gaza.
Well, it's not a deterrent though, because where
Well,
has
after they kill 50,000,
when
like,
has it ever been the situation? You said that Hezbollah didn't attack Israel after October 7th. They attacked Israeli soldiers. They attacked Israeli positions. They fired on the Sheba farms, and that's not like actually. We can get into the sovereignty and the arrangements that should be the case for Sheba, but it doesn't warrant firing rockets at them after October 7th. That's not like a legal act. But with regards to them having an armed force, again, it's just like, even by Lebanese standards, because after the Civil War, they had the Taif Accords where they agreed to disarm every armed faction. The only reason Hezbollah didn't get disarmed is because they were too strong to disarm. They had to concede that but that was might makes right. That wasn't like just an Eastern understanding of armed forces.
No, but don't you think that there's something to the idea of like might makes right often is how politics goes? I mean, whether or not we think that that's
why is it
fair or
taking so
not,
long?
like I think the reality might be such that in Hezbollah they're like the most competent defense of Lebanon that exists, or the only force that's capable of really defending Lebanon.
wait, he
which they sort
denied
of proved on the
Hezbollah attacked
battlefield
Israel.
when they were actually at war with Israel.
On October 7th?
But
what? 7th
I
October?
do think that there's something to the idea of Israel, although they may have been attacked by Lebanon, began those
1
engagements
second.
against Hezbollah, and then ultimately, subsequent to that, carried out things like the pager attacks, which killed civilians. You know, I mean, like, would you really say that Hezbollah and Israel have carried out equal acts of aggression towards each other? Like, I sort of feel like, yeah, go.
No, I wouldn't say it's equal acts of aggression. Obviously, Israel's got more might, and if you're a military and you get attacked, you're going to respond with the strength that you have, not with the strength that your enemy has. Hezbollah, when you say that they're like the best defense against Israel, like
Now we're feeling
that's
better.
they're more competent than the Lebanese army. But then the other issue is that an easier way to defend Lebanon is to not attack Israelis. Like, just don't do it, right? Like, it's not like Jordan needs to worry about having a military force to defend against an Israeli attack. They get their defense by not attacking Israel, by making peace with Israel. With Hezbollah, like, actually I would argue the opposite. The only reason Israel bombs the shit out of Lebanon is because of Hezbollah's attacks. Same in 2006. It wasn't that wasn't an Israeli like first step. It was because Hezbollah launched cross-border operations and kidnapped and murdered soldiers. That's what they did. So you can say the response is disproportionate, but the first attack comes from Hezbollah. This was like when Israel pulled out. Remember, Israel pulled out of Lebanon in 2000 unilaterally. They didn't make any peace deal. They didn't ask for any concessions from Hezbollah. They just left, and then they said, if you attack us, we're gonna fuck you up. and Hezbollah attacked them. And actually, Israel waited like 6 years of this happening before they actually went in the '06 war. So I don't know. It feels like the best way to defend Lebanon is to not attack Israel.
Well, yeah, and okay, I obviously agree with that last point, but the Hezbollah argument was, I believe, if you're talking about October 8th, was that they were responding to Israeli strikes in Gaza.
Yeah, of course.
And
Game's great.
It's. I know you probably won't accept that. Or you would
Online
say maybe
Elden
they're.
Ring.
I don't know what you would say to that actually.
Co-op Elden Ring.
Hezbollah would argue though that they were responding to Israeli airstrikes in Gaza. Do you think that's just like totally invalid and they were just trying to start a war with Israel?
Yeah, I don't think Hezbollah is in a
Definitely
position where
better
they
than
have any
WoW.
right to fire
I mean,
on
if
Israel
you
to
can
try
get
and
a match, that is.
affect the situation in Gaza. No, because again, first of all, they're not like a. If we're talking international law, they're not a state military. They have no right
Way
to fire
better than WoW. WoW was
weapons at
dog shit.
anyone.
WoW was
Second
so
of all,
unfun.
The solution to what's happening in Gaza from Hezbollah is not to fire rockets at. Eventually, I mean, Hezbollah. Not long after hitting the Sheba farms, they were just firing at civilian communities. That doesn't help with the situation in Gaza. Like fighting in northern Israel didn't help anything in Gaza. That's not like their role. If they wanted to help the situation in Gaza, they could either one, pressure Hamas into surrendering and giving up power, which would have probably like stopped things quite early on. But second of all, they could have again, who's helped Gaza more, say in the last 2 years? Hezbollah by displacing a few 100,000 Israelis or tens of thousands, or the UAE that have like sent like millions upon millions of dollars worth of aid to Gaza. I feel like the UAE's done a better job of it than Hezbollah.
Well, I mean, I wouldn't dispute the fact that the UAE sent a lot of aid and that's probably more beneficial to the people in Gaza than Hezbollah attacking Israel on its face. But I do happen to think that, like, there's a lot of problems with aid distribution in Gaza now, as most people are familiar with. And there's also historical issues there in addition to that. But, I think, like, it's funny because I had a similar debate a while ago, actually, with Wick and Destiny about the Houthis and the whole argument about, like, is the Houthis, when the Houthis attack ships in the Red Sea,
Bruh,
they claim it's to stop what Israel is doing in Gaza. And there is this fierce argument that took place from the other side saying, like, no, they're just they're using that as an excuse. It's not actually helping anyone in Gaza. I think the perception is in the region and honestly throughout the world that nobody is willing to stand up to Israel. No official state military is willing to do anything to Israel, and a lot of that has to do with, I would argue, the nuclear deterrent and the fact that that Israel is supported by the U.S. So when these militia groups carry out strikes on Israel, I think they view it, or it's viewed many places, and I would sort of agree with this assessment, as this is the only military reprisal that Israel has had to face at all for years and years and years of their conduct in the region, subjugating the Palestinians, settling on their land, denying them aid, etc. Is it effective in deterring Israel completely? No. But I would also argue that Israel then goes not only a step further because they have better military capabilities, but they go several steps further, destroying tons of civilian infrastructure in Beirut, carrying out the pager attacks, which killed civilians, decapitation strikes on Lebanon, just completely like dismantling, Hezbollah's capabilities entirely, which you would argue is fair because
Loner
Hezbollah is
ever
not
bring
an
up
official military
1956?
and
He
they
never
shouldn't
brings
have
up
weapons at all.
1956.
I sort of disagree with that, but whatever.
I want
think
him to bring
the
up
killing of
1956.
civilians and all of that goes beyond just weakening Hezbollah.
This is a good seed.
And I would also say that what Israel does in Gaza, is it faces international condemnation, but nobody stands up for them. Nobody stands up for the Gazans other than these little paramilitary groups, and they carry out little tiny strikes, which no, they don't make a huge amount of difference, but I think it's viewed as like a symbolic thing more than anything else.
Okay, so
yeah,
there's a couple of directions we can go there, because obviously I think maybe the more instinctive thing to respond to would just be like, even if you You can just go to the methods.
Oh,
So I don't, but I don't
cool.
know how much we disagree.
No
with,
clue.
if you're against killing civilians, then well, the Houthis, when they target ships, these are civilian ships. These are civilians on these ships, and most of these ships aren't even connected to Israel. I think the country that owns the most of these ships, or like the highest rate of ownership, is Greece, not Israel. The sailors are all like Filipinos and shit, right? So, and with Hezbollah,
Well, the
they
last
targeted
two-
civilian
not
communities, right? So.
I'm sorry to cut you off. The last two ships that were sank by the Houthis were headed to Israel, but they were Lebanese, not Lebanese, sorry, Liberian flagged ships. You are correct about that.
Okay, so do we agree with that? Do we agree that the methods are shit, or are we defending
Oh,
the method
yeah.
as well, or is it just the
I'll
cause?
check
of
it
it?
out.
No, I think killing civilians is wrong, to put it
This is
simply.
so
So if the Houthis kill
bad.
civilians, obviously I oppose that.
Okay.
I'm not trying to take a moral stance in support of the Houthis. What I'm saying is they view that as the only means of dealing a blow to Israel, because they can't beat Israel with conventional warfare. They don't have the capabilities. So rather than do that, they'll do something to create economic pressure, not just on Israel, but the rest of the world. And I do think that that's their motivation. Whether or not it's the right method or whatever, I'm open to the fact that it's wrong. I just
Okay.
yeah, I think
Yeah,
that's
so
the point.
that would lead us to more like so from there we could go to a more foundational question, because you're saying like, well, they're the ones that can deal a blow to Israel, to which I would ask, like, why is dealing a blow to Israel something that we're desiring here? Because then we might get into the position of, well, Israel is fighting in Gaza primarily because they were attacked by Hamas on October 7th. Like, their primary goal is to destroy Hamas so that they can rebuild and try October 7th again. That's like the main thing, I think. We can argue about the things that they're doing to achieve that goal and things that they're doing alongside that goal. Like, I don't deny that there are lots of like very high-level people in Israel who are perfectly okay with their soldiers killing civilians. The age clash is insane. It's like one of the most abominable like methods of war like in the last 20 years, I think. We can say all this, but I don't think Hezbollah and the Houthis are involved in this because they're upset by the war crimes or of the excesses. They're there because they want to get a ceasefire, which is like a ceasefire that's more in Hamas's favor, because they want to save Hamas. They want an Israeli exit from Gaza that allows Hamas to stay in power and to rebuild and try again. That's where I think there's a problem. I don't think dealing a blow to Israel is like a first principle to me. I don't think you need to, like, to me, I don't think there's like that's a good reason to do something just because it hurts Israel. I don't think that's like a help.
I'm not trying to take, well, just to be clear, I'm not trying to say we should deal a blow to Israel. That would be great. Like, I'm saying that I think that's the motivation of the Houthis, the motivation of all these proxy groups, is they view Israel, again, as like a hostile power, and they primarily view it as like a hostile European settler colonial power. You know, and I know that there's been anti-Semitic statements. Obviously, I know that there's slogans and all that stuff. And, you know, there's anti-Semitism that's rolled into that for sure. But I guess my argument is that they're doing this primarily to weaken Israel because they view Israel as the aggressor. And I would argue that Israel's conduct in the Middle East over the last several decades is kind of indicative of like an aggressive expansionist power that's supported by, you know, a world imperialist power, the U.S. And I think that, you know, these little ragtag groups, you know, they form out of these highly unstable conflict zones, you know, the Houthis in Yemen. And Yemen is a place where for decades the country's been sort of torn up between Cold War, you know, politics and Saudi Arabia, you know, aggressing towards them. And the Houthis are viewed as like the only hope for the people there to have any kind of sense of sovereignty or any kind of sense of, you know, ability to stand on whatever principles they believe in. And they view Gazans as like, you know, a brotherly people that are in this struggle against the aggression of the West and Israel. And so they view it as a morally justified thing. I don't think killing civilians is good, and I don't even think it's the most effective way to fight Israel, but I think they view it as like their only option. And in terms of what Israel's doing in Gaza, I mean, yeah, obviously they're responding to October 7th, I would argue, and I think it's kind of difficult to find people who don't agree with this at this point. I'm curious if you don't agree with me. that Israel's gone way, way, way past defending Israel at this point. I mean, they've like 50x'd the casualties at a minimum that they incurred on October 7th. You know, like they've destroyed almost all the infrastructure in the region. You know, there's reports that the IDF is shooting people who are coming to get like aid, you know, like food aid from U.S. sponsored aid organizations. I mean, like, it's well beyond defending Israel at this point. I mean, you know, I don't know. I don't know how you feel about the genocide term. I'm willing to call it that. Maybe you feel like that's hyperbolic or whatever, but yeah, I mean, like, there's a clear, you know, line that has been crossed where we're like way past defending Israel, and now we're on the point of like, you know, a humanitarian crisis for people who live there. Yeah.
Guys, I'm writing down everything you're saying just so I can like get anything. I think first of all, like maybe projecting quite a lot of like left-wing language on a lot of these movements. Like, obviously, I think you agree these movements are not left-wing. This idea of seeing Israelis as European settler colonials, like
Not at all.
they'll use terms like imperial
millennia,
for sure. But again, I think
is a
listening
lot
to
of
their own
damage.
words just kind
We'll
of
take
makes a
it.
bit more sense. Because, like, obviously, at the end of the day, like, how much longer
Back
are we
up
going to
while
start
we're
calling
into
Israelis
Armin.
European?
What
Like,
is
more
this?
than half of Israeli Jews are not white. They're not European. They've
Hold
never
on.
been from Europe. They're from the
Fire?
Middle East, right? And then
Ooh.
the Israelis who are Ashkenazi, the minority of Israeli Jews who are Ashkenazi, they've lived there for what, 3-4 generations now. 80% of them were born there. You can talk to them. They're like the most Middle Eastern white people you'll ever meet in your life. Like, at the end of the day, this like this European settler colonial, like, if you treat a state as a settler colonial power, then it's like when people do that, I think you're
No, you
suggesting
can't.
you're suggesting that they have somewhere else to go, that they come from some kind of other imperial country that they can be sent back to, and that, to me, that just doesn't exist for Israel. Like, the Israelis, most of those Jews arrived in Israel as refugees, either from pogroms or from Middle Eastern
Millennia's
violence and
kinda
persecution,
shitty.
or from the Holocaust or anything else. Like, that's why they're there. They're not going anywhere. So they can feel hostile to their presence all they want, but at the end of the day, they're there to stay. And most of the Arab world, or at least a lot of these major Arab powers, have come to terms with that, and they're better off for it. They're not getting harmed. They're like this one, right? When it comes to the Houthis and seeing Gazans as a brotherly people, again, you can look at, like, I'm sure you wouldn't disagree with this either. When you read, like, al-Houthis' sermons that are still distributed amongst the Yemeni population, they've got apps where they can read bits of them. It's about anti-Semitism. Like, at least from him, at least from quite a lot of them. Like, that's why. It's not like that they have a proportional care for, Arab suffering. Like, the Houthis were aligned with Assad. They don't care about Arab suffering, right? They don't care about the suffering of their own people when they're stealing
Right.
aid and allowing people to
Nope.
starve, right?
That's bullshit. Didn't drop anything.
Yeah, you can see that they feel aligned or affiliated with Gazans or Hamas as like a cause, but I just don't think their cause is necessarily like the one that I would champion. As for the war in Gaza, I completely agree that there are lots of war crimes happening, that are systemic levels of war crimes that are either tolerated or just sanctioned by the government. That doesn't mean that their goal of defeating Hamas is defunct. Hamas is still there. They still have power over certain parts of Gaza. They, for their faults, have accomplished an act of military genius with that tunnel system and the amount of booty trapping that they made themselves an impossible group to dislodge militarily. The problem is that if Israel ends the war now because they've gone too far, well, the ceasefire that Hamas wants is Israel leaves Gaza, and that means who's going to be there to collect all the post-war aid to rebuild Hamas? What are they going to use Hungary for? Use rebuild Hamas like they said they would. So just because there's been an excess of war crimes or things have gone too far, it doesn't mean that the overall goal of the war is still is invalid. I think getting rid of Hamas is kind of the only thing that can give Gaza any kind of future. And I don't think that's happening if we just end it. If it just ends now.
Do you honestly think that's a goal that can be accomplished? Like, because I would argue, I mean, Hamas, much like Hezbollah, is not like in any way like a official state political military organization where we can rely on head count of membership and that kind of stuff.
Sure.
It's a loosely defined movement which did have a political basis to it, but ultimately you see the kids who are, or young men I should say, who are fighting as Hamas soldiers in their what is it, Al-Qassam brigades. you know, it's like dudes in t-shirts and Adidas track pants, you know, like launching mortars. I mean, like, do you think that there's a way to fully eliminate Hamas without just removing everybody from Gaza, annexing Gaza? You know, obviously I don't think anybody wants to kill every single person there, but I mean, is there a practical way to like say, okay, we've reached the point, Hamas is gone, now we can end the war? Because it feels like there's no way that could ever be accomplished, and it's used once again as like a convenient excuse to just conduct this military campaign, which in my opinion is really about annexing the region.
Okay, so I think there's a kind of tendency to almost make the same mistakes again that like Israelis were making before October 7th. It's like no one would have thought October 7th was possible the day before it happened. Like that scale, like Israel had fought off multiple Soviet-backed fully formed states with tanks and like full state, like top of the range military gear, and they still didn't accomplish like that much civilian damage as Hamas did in just that tiny space of time. It was like less than 12 hours they had free reign over Israel. Hamas is the first ever Palestinian militant group since even before the 48 war to ever capture territory. No Palestinian militant group was ever did that. Even in the 48 war they couldn't do that, but now Hamas did. So to think that like just because they're in the state that they are now means that they couldn't accomplish something in the future is because, again, what Hamas wants is a 10-year truce. 10 years is a long time to build yourself up, and we even see this in the battlefield right now. You see how many booby trap videos are coming out of Hamas's media recently, like more at a higher rate than I've seen since the beginning. And that's because they're watching IDF movements. They're learning from their mistakes. They're learning where the cracks are in the IDF. These are intelligent people. These are people who have all the hours in the day to figure out how to make themselves a nuisance to the Israeli forces, and they do a really good job of it. So it's like, I don't think that people should be expected to just think, well, they're a ragtag militia now living in rubble, but the whole point is that Hamas wants to get a deal and an exit from the war that allows them to rebuild out of that position. As far as defeating every single Hamas member, no, I don't think that's possible, but I do think it's possible to reduce them to a level of like a miserable insurgency, right? As long as they're reduced to a position where an external force or an Arab force can come in and be comfortable policing and governing and rebuilding, then I think that is doable. Okay, ISIS was for the most part defeated. If you look at the territory they had compared to what they have now, the only difference is ISIS didn't have 17 years and that amount of aid money and free reign over the strip to build themselves up in the way they did. But Hamas did, so it's going to take longer. But yeah, I think they're, at least if we take what even Israel's saying right now, they're saying that they can take at least part of this strip and turn it into their quote-unquote humanitarian zone. And like, yeah, I do think there are parts of Gaza now that are secure enough that they can be taken over by an external force that, alongside Palestinian leadership, can actually rebuild and have some kind of future. But again, it's not happening with Hamas still fully, still operational, and Hamas battalions still existing in the tunnels.
Right. Well, it's interesting because, I mean, I would say Gaza, I would describe Gaza as effectively, decimated. I mean, I don't see how Hamas, although Hamas can carry out strikes against IDF soldiers who are in Gaza, random bombings of tanks or sniping people who are riding bulldozers or operating bulldozers, I should say, or blowing up a IDF communications bunker or something like that might be present in Gaza. I think Hamas is still capable of attacking Israel like that, but in terms of a big coordinated effort, as we saw on October 7th, I mean, in their present state now, I don't see that as something that's possible, I mean, and if your argument is well, if Israel stopped now, then it would only be a matter of time before Hamas could rebuild to such a level that they could carry out another October 7th. I mean, I'm sort of ignoring the whole, because I don't want to get into the conspiratorial stuff, but it is probably worth mentioning that there were lots and lots and lots of intelligence warnings heading up to October 7th. It's not like Israel had no idea whatsoever. Now, if you want to say they couldn't have anticipated the scale or success of that operation, fair enough. But to say that they had no idea that it's coming, I mean, Israel is an intelligence superpower. You know, like it was probably the single biggest intelligence failure in the history of definitely Israel, if not intelligence failures in general, other than 9/11. You know, so I guess what I'm saying is like, there's no way to fully guarantee Israel will never be attacked again by not just Hamas, by any group. You know, but if you use that as justification, you could say, well, then Israel is justified in dismantling every single proxy group, every single terrorist organization in the region. And again, much like the war on terror, there's no way to confirm that a terrorist organization has been destroyed. That's not really how terrorism functions.
It's a
So what ends up happening is there's like this endless cycle of war after war after war after war, which just creates more destabilization in the region and ironically more terrorism. You know, and I mean, the ISIS comparison, I know you're not saying it's exactly the same thing, but it is apples to oranges. Like, and for that matter, ISIS being dismantled partially led to the formation anyway of groups like HTS, but also other terrorist organizations in the region. The former operatives in that group, ISIS, just end up joining some other Salafist jihadist movement. You know, and so I don't have a counter argument where I could say, oh, they should do this and that to stop terrorism. You know, I would say the best thing I have that comes close to that is that whether it's Israel or the United States or any other great power, they can't carry out an imperialistic policy where they kill civilians and dismantle governments and act like really, really, you know, aggressive you know, otherwise they'll see the spread of terrorism, not the reduction of it. Yeah.
Okay, so Gaza, no, let's leave that for now. They shouldn't, I agree that obviously they shouldn't annex Gaza, but I think when it comes to proposals, when it comes to ending a war or ending a conflict, the question is like, what do you, there's no point in having a conflict that ends and it just leaves you with the same status quo that produced the last one. That's not really, that's obviously like just building you up for the next problem. So when it comes to my suggestion, at least, I don't think Israel should annex Gaza. I think they should remember that Hamas is not just a terrorist group, they're also a de facto government with a de facto military. Like, they function as like a de facto state with the power that they have. Or with the organization.
My mic's way too. How is my mic way too low? What?
So the fact that they were able to do that, and the fact that that is something that can be dismantled. I don't think anyone disagrees with that. Just because you're not going to stop.
I'm not speaking. I'm just not speaking that much.
Firing a shot.
My thoughts on this debate.
Replace it with another one.
There's some retarded shit being said.
But I think that's what needs to happen. What needs to happen is that the governing and military capabilities of Hamas needs to be dismantled so that an alternative force that's not Israel and it's not Hamas can take it over and rebuild the strip. That's what needs to happen. And I don't think we're in a position yet where Hamas are actually moved out of the way enough for that to happen. They are moved away in some places, and they should start there. They should have done it by now.
Oh God, we need madness, no?
But that's what should happen. When we're talking about end the war, the problem is that I don't know, like, what's your alternative proposal to that? Because all I'm hearing right now is like, they just leave? They just leave Gaza and then Hamas can, like, or whoever can just pick up the rubble and start again? Or what's your proposal?
Yeah, I mean, I think the best case scenario, like if I'm just fantasy booking, basically, you know, there needs to be a ceasefire, I would say, right away, and there needs to be like a safe distribution of aid in Gaza immediately. There needs to be relief for the people over there who are suffering. You know, so beyond that, I do think some sort of international coalition, I mean, it could be something brokered by the UN, some sort of peacekeeping mission, needs to be put into Gaza to conduct or help conduct a rebuilding effort, and they should work in conjunction with Israel and whatever government is in place in Gaza. And I know that, you know, that's not a popular opinion because the closest thing to a government in Gaza is Hamas. But I think even if it means working with Hamas to rebuild, that is preferable to the circumstances now, which is just continued military strikes, the continued killing of civilians, the continued, murder of people who are trying to seek out aid, I would say it's preferable to have an unsteady, kind of nervous, uncertain peace between Israel and Hamas than what's happening now. But I do kind of want to reply to some of the stuff you said, although I'm sure you want to come. So why don't you reply to that, and then I'll go back to some of the stuff you said before.
Yeah, I just don't. I've never seen any indication so far from Hamas's leaders that they can be trusted to take part in any rebuilding of Gaza. Like they're so adamant, it seems, to just keep up the fight as much as possible. And again, that's why it's always a 10-year truce, a 15-year truce. That's the time that they want to spend rebuilding. So it's like, again, to me, it's like a return to the status quo. And like you said, when you were talking about the intelligence failures that led to October 7th, well, that's the status quo that it sounds like you're, like, that's where what you just described is what we had before October 7th. And that's why it was an intelligence failure. It wasn't just an intelligence failure. It was also a failure of just, taking the threats that they did identify seriously. Whether they had less people on the border than I think ever at that point. They were constantly reducing their numbers. They had intelligence people who used to listen to live radio feeds of Hamas. They stopped listening and just started archiving it, and some of them were just ignored. They dismissed all these plans as aspirational because, again, they thought that Hamas were just doing what they were doing to keep the population quiet. I don't think that Hamas has gone away. And again, if we go back to a status quo where Hamas rebuilds, well then, okay, what if they start to divert some of that concrete to try and build tunnels? Well, either the IDF just bombs them every time they do that, and you have like a very uneasy ceasefire where nothing can get rebuilt, or you need a government in there that's not Hamas. Like, that's the thing I'm not getting. I don't see why Hamas can be trusted to secure a future for Gaza that isn't just the same as what we already had.
Unblockable blade, frostbite.
I mean, look, the same could be said about Israel's conduct in Gaza prior to October 7th. There were frequent Israeli attacks in Gaza, shield and arrow, breaking dawn, the whole idea of mowing the grass. I mean, Israel has conducted attacks on the people in Gaza, which ultimately, I think, fuels support for Hamas. My point being that a return to the status quo for which I agree is not exactly the best terms for like a long-standing peace. The true status quo was Israel's subjugation of the Gazans. And it sounds like your argument is that the big problem was that Israel for too long tolerated Hamas, and they almost became complacent in their security. Their security apparatus became complacent. They were too reliant on a peaceful solution, and then they were attacked. So now they're faced with no other decision but to do everything in their power to destroy Hamas, even if that means, completely... I mean, you haven't suggested this, but I do think there are some on the Israeli right wing who think that even if it means, completely annexing the region, creating circumstances there where life cannot be sustained. Let me put it like that. I would say that that's kind of the only way to guarantee that there's absolutely no Hamas anymore. And then the question is, even if you achieve that, how do you rebuild? And who's to put a new government in place? And who's to say the new government that's put in place doesn't devolve into something similar to Hamas? And I would say my support for that derives from the fact that, again, what gives Hamas its lifeblood is Israeli aggression, or the perception of it, or both. And the killing of civilians, the blockade, and then even the treatment of Palestinians in the West Bank.
Israel bad.
And so I don't know. I think a return to the status quo, is not a working solution. In fact, you would need guarantees, security guarantees for the Palestinians in Gaza to have any kind of lasting peace there. And I don't think that that's something that the Israelis are even willing to consider at all. They don't look at Palestinians as equal partners in any kind of negotiation. And I know that you would say that's because of Hamas, and I get that. I just don't think that there's any other, I mean, you might say the PA or whatever, but I don't think that there's any other body willing to go to negotiate on behalf of the Palestinians that really represents the people in Gaza.
Well, There kind of is, isn't there? Like the last poll that came up about those protesters, the anti-Hamas protesters, the ones who were like, "We want to live, stop firing rockets out of our communities." I think the last poll showed that like just under 50% of Gazans had some level of support for them. It didn't matter that a bunch of them thought that these people were like foreign ops; they still supported the message. So that attitude does seem to exist in Gazans, and it's one that should be propped up. I think Israel doesn't do a very good job at propping up. Like they don't know how to take yes for an answer when Arabs give it to them. So there are clans in Gaza that I think do offer an alternative that would also result in, like you say, mowing the grass, right, and calling that aggression and all that. But what's the grass? The grass is Hamas infrastructure. It's Hamas rockets and it's tunnels and it's Hamas things that are used to attack Israel. Like that's what they're attacking. So I think if there, I do think there is an option. When it comes to like representative rule or anything like that, I mean, you can say it's like nasty or whatever, but like it wouldn't be the first time that after a war there has been a period of some kind of like technocratic rule that might not have had like massive popular support. But at the end of the day, Hamas didn't have massive popular support. They were their popularity was oscillating all the way throughout their rule in Gaza, and they still stayed in. So one way or the other, that's kind of like you're going to be a long ways away before you get like a representative democracy in Gaza, because like Arab countries in general like tend to not have democracies, so it wouldn't even be that unusual. But yeah, I do think there's like a possibility and like a willingness from at least partners in Egypt or in the Emirates and even amongst Gazan clans themselves
to
build a version of Gaza that is not just constantly at war with Israel.
We got this sword.
And I think that's what should be supported, because as soon as that happens, if Hamas is dismantled and there is an alternative security political military force there that isn't attacking Israel, then everything, the blockades, the bombings, the maritime control, the airspace control, it all loses its justification so quickly. And it makes it very easy for Israeli leftists to come out of the woodwork and be like, yeah, why are we still doing this? And Netanyahu can't say, vote for me for security when there's no security threat. So.
Right. Yeah, I mean, look, okay, this is an apples to oranges comparison as well. But it kind of reminds me a little bit
really
of the war
one.
in Afghanistan, right? Like the war in Afghanistan was fought for 20 years, and the basis of it was, the United States has to go in to break up these terrorist networks. Yes, get bin Laden, but also ultimately establish some sort of government in Afghanistan that can create sustainable conditions for peace and sustainable conditions such that there cannot be any terrorism networks within Afghanistan. And what ended up happening after this 20-year conflict was the Taliban just came right back to power. And I think there's something to the idea that, like, what fuels groups like and again, of course, Taliban, Hamas, it's very good, it's two completely different things, completely different contexts, but ultimately, like, what fuels these renegade groups who basically moonlight as like a government and function as a government. And you're right that they don't always have popular support, but ultimately where they derive their power from, I should say, is the perception among many within the country that the U.S., Israel, whoever the opposition may be, foreign opposition, is a worse partner for the people there than this group is. And I think for Hamas, or I think for the Palestinians in Gaza, the argument goes something like, well, yeah, Israel comes in and they say they're taking us out, but then they kill like 15 women and children in this strike.
Mm-hmm.
Or, they killed 30 children here. They blew up this hospital. They blew up this school. And it's sort of like Israel, through like their military strategy as of late, is actually creating conditions for more support for Hamas. Now, I know you cited that poll, and I'm not familiar with it, but I acknowledge it's probably true. Like, I'm sure they could find lots of Palestinians who just want the conflict to end. They don't like Hamas, whatever.
Well, specifically, they blame Hamas for their situation. Like, Hamas's popularity has plummeted in Gaza because of their actions, right? Yeah.
Right. But that also doesn't necessarily mean that those people who are dissenting against Hamas are capable of forming a government. And so where does that leave you? It's like, okay, well, if you dislodge Hamas and you destroy them or destroy their base of operation, then you're left with the task of building a new government. And so how do you do that? And it's like, well, you do it on Western democratic principles, and you set up elections and committees, and you this liberal figure is elected and he'll be the new, you know, ruler of Gaza, and he'll create a, you know, a prosperous peace for them, and then the government is toppled, or, you know, the Hamas is still functioning in this corner of Gaza or whatever, you know, like, because there's still the perception that this is a foreign created, you know, fake regime. And I just don't see, like, for there to be real reform in Gaza, it has to be organic. And so, you know, if there are really that many dissenting Palestinians against Hamas, great. But how are they going to transform that into a real political movement? I don't know. But I would imagine the best means for doing that is, like, first having peace in the region, right? Like, stop bombing the shit out of them, stop killing civilians, and maybe see if there can be some organization. And, you know, I don't know. I mean, but the problem with that even is I don't know if you can ever fully dislodge Hamas. You know, there's no certain way of doing that. So it's like you might be in a position where you have to strike a peace deal where you don't know if Hamas is fully destroyed, or you strike a peace deal with Hamas themselves. And then there needs to be international mediation to ensure the ceasefire is maintained. I think Israel is well within its capabilities of defending itself from Hamas aggression. Maybe you disagree. You know, I don't know. I think that they could probably find a working solution through that, and it would probably be a lot more viable than what they're doing now. But I don't think they care, and I'll shut up now because I'm going on and on, but I don't think they really care about establishing a peaceful government in Gaza and the fate of the Gazans in general. I think the Israeli government in power now, and the Israeli right wing in general, they want to annex that region. And if they could get rid of all the Gazans, they would. You know, they just haven't found a way to do that. So, yeah.
I'm not going to speak for the government because I hate them in Israel. It doesn't really matter at the end of the day what they want. It's what the people of Israel want. And if the Israeli people are given a choice between annex Gaza and bog down a bunch of IDF soldiers occupying this territory where it's full of, like, people who they see as a threat, or the choice is hand it over to some alternative governance, then they're probably going to choose the latter. When it comes to, or at least both, maybe they want IDF presence for security, but they also want to have, like, Egyptians or Emiratis or, like, local leadership there as well. As far as inorganic leaders go, I mean, like, the Middle East has been full of inorganic leaders. Like, it's a continent of like inorganic leadership. People used to say Arafat was an Egyptian, not a Palestinian, or, like, he spent all his time in Tunisia. They call him a hotel activist. He still manages to come back and get, like, 95% of the vote. Or, like, Gaza or Hamas. Opponents of Hamas see them as Shia. They see them as Iranian puppets who just take all their money from them. So I don't know how they would be any, like, more organic than a group of like a clan group or a group of anti-Hamas Palestinians who are supported by Egypt or someone else, and even Egyptian leaders. Like, at least when it comes to the rhetoric of the protesters as well. At this point, I don't really know if they, at least for the near future, care all that much about who's governing them. I don't think it's the same as Afghanistan in the sense that, like, Afghanistan has always been ungovernable. We know that inauthentic, unpopular leaders can rule Palestinians for quite a while. Abbas is unpopular, but they've managed to keep a much more stable position in the West Bank compared to Gaza. Hamas weren't even that popular, but they still managed to rule Gaza for 17 years. So, with foreign money as well, with Iranian and Qatari money. So, I think if they can do it, then I think a more peaceful group can do it as well.
I hope that's true. You know, obviously, like, it would be the best case scenario if I'm wrong, and the West, Israel, international coalition of super friends can set up some sort of government that the people love and everything's good. I hope that's the case. I feel cynical about it, and I guess maybe some of that is, like, Iraq War hangover for me as an American, or Afghan War hangover, whatever. You know, to your point about governments throughout the Middle East often being viewed as artificial or being placed there by outsiders, I mean, I generally agree with you. I think a lot of that is because of the fact that most of the Middle East, for much of its fairly recent history, it was, well, I guess 100 years ago, over 100 years ago, but it's part of empires, great empires, and, you know, the idea of nation states. There's an argument that can be made that nation states don't really fit the culture of the Middle East, and I think that my support for that, or the best evidence I have for that, is how unstable nation states have proven to be within the Middle East. But yeah, I think what gives a government legitimacy in the eyes of the people is its ability to advocate for their interests above foreign interests. And so I think that that's why Hamas, although they're not the most popular group in certain corners of Gaza or the Middle East, I think that they do have some support because there's a perception there, just like the Houthis in Yemen, that, hey, they're willing to fight for us, and they're willing to die for us, and they're willing to do whatever they can to protect us. Again, obviously that's created more problems than it has solutions, and there's serious flaws in that, but I do think that if you're a Palestinian in Gaza, and it's like, okay, do I like Hamas? Well, their men go and fight the Israelis who are bombing us all the time. Maybe I like them at least more than I like the Israelis. And so the idea of like Israel and this international coalition setting up a new government that the people are just going to take to that, I don't know. I'm very skeptical. So, I guess we'll see. I mean, like, the other thing I did want to get into, if you don't mind me changing gears a little bit, was, there was the Iran being anti-Semitic argument, which we kind of got away from, I guess. But, it seems like... Oh, and yeah, well, the other thing was the Greater Israel thing. I think we covered a lot of that as well. I mean, like, okay, if we could pick it apart a little bit, if you have time, like, do you acknowledge at least that, like, there is some interest on the Israeli right wing of establishing, like, hegemonic control over the region?
Unless you're talking, like, extreme, like, less than 5% of the vote right wing, probably not, no. I think Netanyahu's whole thing, when he talks about that fucking map and everything, is he just wants a bunch of trade partners. Like, he wants a bunch of countries that he can do tech deals with and shit like that, right? That seems to be his big fantasy, led by, like, the Abraham Accords. I don't know if it's about, like, controlling these countries. If controlling these countries means stopping them, allowing militia groups to attack you, then maybe that's what they want, but otherwise, no. And as far as territorial conquest beyond Palestine, I just don't see any evidence for it. Maybe, like, a few kilometers of the Golan Heights, but that's it.
Look, so just not to get too into the Syria stuff, but I think that you kind of outlined before that the Syria situation is such that, like, HTS hasn't even explicitly threatened Israel, yet they're carrying out strikes on Damascus in, like, the last day or so, and they're doing things which would compromise HTS's control over the country. I would argue that that destabilization favors Israel, because the destabilization means that Israel, if they were to potentially annex parts of southern Syria or, the Druze province or whatever it might be, that they would face little resistance if the government in Israel is shattered. The government in Syria is shattered. I don't know what you make of that, but, and that, I'm just projecting. There's no evidence that Israel's going to go annex territory in Syria, but, I mean, it's always a possibility, like, I don't know. I guess for me to really make that argument, it would have to happen, but that's sort of where I see this is going, because there's no other reason for them to attack HTS at all. HTS has approached the United States and the U.S. has reciprocated. They've had meetings with Trump and Giuliani and what's his name now? Al-Shara, yeah. It seems to be that Israel could just as easily have an equal diplomatic relationship with the government in Syria than attack them, and they've chosen to attack them. So to me, that indicates, like, wanting destabilization there, and that could only be for hegemonic control.
Well, I believe the initial warnings from Israel were for the HTS security forces not to go into Sweda. Again, I need to read more about this. I don't know how much of it is to do with their lack of trust for not just HTS, but, like, HTS's ability to stop other groups from grabbing control and grabbing military means to attack Israel. Or how much it is to do with local pressure from Druze communities, because, again, Israel's a proportionally representative government. That means that even small groups like the Druze can have a fairly substantial amount of control over the government when it comes to key issues or, like, niche issues like the Druze in Syria. I don't know how much it is to do with that. I think again, like if it were territorial conquest or like hegemony, I feel like they would have annexed it or like occupied a little bit more than just a few square kilometers past the DMZ. I feel like it would have been a bit more ambitious because it's like what, like a small handful of villages that have been cleared out at that area. Given Israel's strength, they could take a lot more with the state that Syria's in right now. But again, I don't support what Israel's doing in Syria, by the way. I just don't think it's to do with like hegemony and conquest. I think it's again the same thing where they don't trust the leadership to or the current state of things to be like safe for them either.
Yeah, no, I mean, I'd say that, I don't know. Look, I don't have evidence that they're about to do that either. It's just my assumption, and we'll see what happens. So look, I mean, I don't know. I don't want to take up too much more of your time. I kind of have a question for you, just curiosity, because I don't really watch a lot of your content or anything like that, but you've been kind of like chastised a lot on social media that I purvey, that for being like pretty radically pro-Israel and pro-IDF and stuff like that. I don't hear that in you. I actually hear like a little bit of a, I would call it a mild critique, but maybe I haven't heard your whole argument. But I don't know.
That's
Could you
interesting.
clarify for me? Like, do you seem
I'm
to have
glad-
some criticisms of Israel's conduct?
I'm glad
pushing
this guy's
Gaza,
like seeing through the bullshit
why-
about Loner.
What are your criticisms, and why do you think people still insist that you're super pro-Israel when you're probably
What
not
are my
as radical as they
criticisms?
say?
I mean, what are my criticisms of Israel, or do people criticize me of?
Okay, let me specify. What are your criticisms of the IDF thus far in this conflict?
Okay, let me see if you
particularly in
list my
Gaza?
talking points. Let's see
in
one.
Gaza, there's like a massive culture of just like lawlessness, with the fact that from
Okay.
unit to unit, it just seems that these like commanders can kind of tell their soldiers to do almost whatever they want. It's been like since they were formed. Like the longest sentence I've seen an IDF or
My
the longest
second talking
IDF
point. Okay.
soldier has ever spent in jail for
Let's-
murdering a
let's
Palestinian
go,
is, like,
Loner.
36 months. Right,
It's
so it's like there's
yeah.
quite a lot of permissiveness that goes on to the point right now where, because of the right-wing nature
little
of this
bit of more
government, you've got,
context
like,
there
a
would have
division commander
pushed-
in charge of like tens of thousands of people, who's just saying like, if people come into an exclusion zone, don't even bother with warning shots, just shoot them, just shoot
I
to
think
kill,
yeah,
don't
this
give a
talking
fuck.
point
Like,
before I
no
even
one's
talked about it.
innocent, don't think of anyone as like, which is a really dangerous thing to say in a place where half the people are children. There's also the fact that this Israeli right-wing government doesn't really have the ability to ever be able to take yes for an answer from Arabs. The way they responded to
that's not my
the
talking point.
protesters was absolutely fucking insane, with Israel
Three
Katz
talking
like giving them
points from me.
directions and
It's
shit,
fine.
and basically
It's fine.
discrediting the movement to
fine.
the Gazan
They're
population
not
by
copyrighted.
giving his
You guys can
little
use them.
spiel. The fact that they don't really have never really articulated a clear, feasible end to the
Yeah.
war in Gaza. Like Netanyahu just kept saying total victory for the
What the
entire
fuck does
20
total
months, and then he
victory
only really
mean?
signaled support for something more concrete when Trump was tweeting out his videos about the Gazan Riviera, which is not a solution. It's not a reasonable thing. It's not practical. It's not moral. It's just like, it's just memes, right? So he's just fucking, I think a lot of it is just him kind of like using the ambiguity of the war to keep him distracted from the corruption trial. I think that's because I think as soon as he's out of office, he's probably going to jail. But that's what I hear in Israel. When it comes to the rest of the territory as well, obviously the permissiveness with settlers is fucking insane.
Fucking other
And
headphones.
they are a group of people that should just be scuttled out of that territory as aggressively and quickly as possible. But left or right, actually, Israel just has no appetite to do that. So, yeah, I do think they're a country that's definitely
You
like
believe
losing sight
this
of a lot
being
of
a
their
law.
original like liberal foundations with this government and with their population in general.
I mean, look, I don't know. I'm like probably one of the few people on the far left anyway who says that, Israel has a right to exist. They do exist. I don't support eliminating Israel or any of that really ridiculous shit that you hear out there. So it's, I don't know, it's kind of hard to sometimes stand on the side that I do, knowing that a lot of the people who are on the same side as me say really ridiculous statements like that. But I don't know. I guess I feel like almost asking you that for clarification, because when I talk to you, it sounds like you're sympathetic to some of the arguments against Israel and the IDF's conduct. You just outlined a whole bunch of things which I have a huge issue with. I feel like any sane, normal person does. But some people paint you as an Israel apologist. Why do you think that is?
Because you get into a position where there's the reality and there's a left and right wing position of that, like in the normal world. And I definitely sit on the left of it. But then there's also a fantasy world where very extreme, like unrealistically mental left wing or right wing positions come out. And if you stand in opposition to those, then they're going to see you as the extreme in the other way. So if you're the kind of person that just thinks that every Israeli strike or every Israeli military action against their opponents is like an act of genocide or whatever, because I guess like Hamas are quite good at hiding their dead, right? They're good at hiding their militant losses. Then yeah, you're probably going to think that I'm supporting all that, right? But yeah, there are some things I've taken that might not be very popular in left-wing stances. Like I don't think the pager attack was like a completely horrible thing to do. I think it's really tragic that a couple of civilians died, but also it seems to be that for the most part their targets were operatives. They were carrying those pagers for a reason. But like things like that for some people are just like very quick red lines, and I just think that because Israel does a lot of horrible shit, right? But you know what they say, anti-Semitism is you hate Jews more than is absolutely necessary. For every horrible thing Israel does, there are 10 things they've been accused of doing that are not actually that horrible, or they just haven't done at all. And I think standing and correcting the record
When
on
is
that
he
will
getting
make
a
it seem
haircut?
to some people that you are supporting it. In general, but it's also just because, like you said, the online left has defined itself as basically taking the same stance as Hamas. Like they think Israel's entire existence is an affront to human civilization, and it should be eradicated and wiped off the face of the earth one way or the other. And anyone who doesn't want that is like, you might as well be saying the Third Reich should stay in power. So it's like, yeah, I can see where they're coming. I can see why their internal logic leads them there, but like I don't really care for people like that. I just think it's like white people who don't know shit about the conflict are just kind of like attaching themselves to some kind of validating moral story more than anything else.
I think it's the latter. Yeah, I mean, like, look, I don't know. I mean, I'm willing to even acknowledge that Israel's foundation, as a state, is something that I find morally questionable, or I have an issue with. I do view it as a settler colonial project, at least initially. But Israel exists now. I mean, it's been a state for decades and decades and decades. There are people who settled there. They have families there. They have grandparents there. It's like, there's millions of innocent people living there. The suggestion that, well, you just have to wipe it out, wipe it off the face of the planet, and, all the Jewish people should move to Europe and America is fucking genocidal language. It's just as bad as what the Israeli far right says about Gaza. And I think you're exactly right when you say that it's people who just want to have some sort of moral cause, and then they want to be the most extreme moral person. And that's typical left-wing shit. I don't know. I mean, it's unfortunate that it's typical left-wing shit. I wish we could all be a little bit more rational, which is why I try to have more rational discussions with people online when I can. It doesn't make great debate content, by the way, so sorry, I'm not doing the yelling, screaming thing. But
no, people appreciate it. Don't worry, it's fine.
Yeah. All right. Well, look, I won't take up any more of your time. I appreciate it, and maybe we'll encounter each other again in the future.
Yeah. If you ever catch any disagreements, you can always hit me a DM as well. Okay.
Cool, man. All right. Take care.
All right. Take care. Bye-bye.
The least confrontational debate I've ever seen.
Whoa.
Yeah, that guy probably saw that Loner's not that crazy, and he's like, "Oh,
that was,
what the fuck do I say to this guy? I agree with him."
Not bad. Not bad.
It's okay.
He's nicer than I expected. He did feel very, because that's what he's usually like. I thought he was a bit out of character when he came in hot to the last debate. Here's what it is. We forgot Iran.
Big booby.
Yeah, I didn't know what there wasn't really a structure. You just mentioned Iran.
Okay, so I have darkness on this, darkness on this, darkness on this.
Now bring in Teuton. Based?
Apparently this guy has really good remembered skin, which I haven't done. I want to play Deadlock.
Here's what it is, guys.
Let's see.
Okay. Post a
no.
debate with him and Teuton.
That's
No, probably not. Sophie, thanks for the $5.99 for the cute face and radical Zionism, of course. Wow. Wow. Stop gooning, chat. Sans, thanks for the $5. Isn't this supposed to be an Iran debate? I don't know if it was supposed to be an... Okay, I thought it was with the DMs, but it's okay that it shifted, is it not? What's wrong with that?
fine. Israel
The fuck?
Palestine's more important.
Oh my god, fucking David DMs micromanaging my fucking debate. Oh my god. Absolute little bugger. Severe little bugger syndrome. Listen, just because you can defeat the sexual harassment allegations does not mean
You're not annoying.
you're getting away with the little bugger allegations, okay? That's what they should have led with. That would have been more convincing.
Yeah.
Piers Morgan spoke to Daniela Weiss, the settler.
What?
The settler fucking.
No shot.
goddess. Oh no, I'm not. No, we're not. No, we're not doing that. No, we're not getting that. No time for that. Watch it,
Well,
please. Maybe tomorrow, okay? Because I need to read. Didn't I tell you guys I was going to be more research
How can I
oriented?
super chat? Super chat. Super chat.
Oriented?
Super chat.
Oriented.
Give it. Hold on.
Loaderbox, look, he's trying to get my attention again. He can't stop. He's unstoppable. Actual little bugger.
Okay. Donated. Wait, hold on. Let's see.
Where's my link? Whew. Where did we get to? We got to the third part, right? We're near the end. What's your economic views? I think more people should have more things. Sev, thanks for the...
Please watch the crazy settler lady.
Maybe we'll watch it tomorrow. Fuck you. Okay, God, I need to read. We're reading.
Fucking motherfucker.
We're
hold on.
reading. 10 pages. Holy shit.
Hold on.
Negotorium gestio. Wow. Okay. Page 33.
Hold on.
No, well,
This is bullying, okay? You're like constantly throwing fucking dollar bills in my bra, and I'm just like, mate. I do lap dances and then I go home, okay?
Just call yourself a fucking stripper.
Okay. What the fuck does this even mean? Negotiorum
Oh.
gestio.
What the fuck?
Negotiorum gestio.
So that's like 200 trickles. That's fine.
don't pretend like you haven't looked at my tips before and adjusted your debates, lil gup.
Look, now he's such a little bugger.
So,
Just so we're
aside
clear,
from
this is all money I made streaming.
Thanks for the shekels, Sev.
Lucio Indibiti, the other one is Negotiorum Gestio. Remember, that is why it is called quasi-contract.
Negotiorum gestio.
Why am I top one?
Sounds
Oh.
sounds a bit rude, doesn't it? Sounds quite rude.
What the fuck does that mean?
Negotiorum gestio. Okay. The goal is 7 out of 10, guys. You got 6 minutes. 6 minutes to fulfill the goal. Don't make me cry. Don't make me neg you, guys.
Wait, what is the goal?
You fucks. Fucking Harry Potter ass chapter. Okay.
Wait, hold on.
Negotiorum gestio.
Teal? No. 6 shekels.
It's Latin. Oh, is it Latin? Okay.
Hey, dude.
Dumbledore asked
I can
calmly.
watch
Did
though.
you put your name into the goblet of fire, Harry? Dumbledore asked calmly.
Harry! I protest! Harry, you put your name in a goblet of fire. No, sir. Yes.
Okay. One last time I ask him. If he doesn't do it, we'll do...
Negotiorum
I haven't played
gestio.
today.
Sev, thanks for the 6 shekels. Do the lady already. What? That's not even a teal message. Very calmly. Barabas, thanks for the $5. Sev is transcribing the fatwa as we speak. He's not joking. You need to watch the crazy settler lady or else. Wow, well done. Okay.
Colorblind, I don't even know what teal is.
This pamphlet is not intended for lawyers. I can only, therefore, touch curiously, as I have so often done. Upon
Yeah,
the theory
this
of
is
the
how
legal
Trump
basis of
got
state.
negotiated
I must nevertheless lay
with
some
by
stress on my new
Qatar
theory,
and
which could be
UAE.
maintained,
He just
I
got
believe,
thrown
even in
money.
discussion with men well versed in jurisprudence. According to Rousseau's now antiquated view, a state is formed by a social contract. Rousseau held that the conditions of this contract are so precisely defined by the nature of the agreement that even the slightest alteration would make them null and void. The consequence is that even
Didn't
when
even
they are
read
not
that.
expressly
This
stated,
bastard.
they are everywhere identical and everywhere tacitly accepted and recognized, etc. Wow, he's so intellectual. Sev, thanks for 20 shekels. I'm colorblind. I don't even know what teal is. Oh, that one's teal. Red Fox the Poser, thanks for $2. It's Latin for Negotiorum Gestio. Wow. There's one more super chat needed for the goal, guys. 4 minutes
Wait,
to
hold
go.
on.
4.
Super
Fox.
chat.
4
Hold on.
minutes.
Is it 10 shekels? 12, 13, 14?
For
It's
my
15
use.
shekels. For...
My hair is so ridiculous, man. I can't wait to get it cut tomorrow. Look at it. It's like a fucking rugby ball. I'm
I
actually a
donated
mushroom head.
quite a bit of money there.
I'm a
fine.
fucking mushroom head.
He does look fucking stupid with that hair.
Disgusting. Whoa. Okay. V, thanks for the $5. Swag, I appreciate that. Wow. Sev, thanks for the 15. Here you rat when I watch the lady. Barbas, thanks for $5. A proper goal, unlike whatever Netanyahu promised. True. Wow.
This
Wow,
motherfucker.
guys. Wow, I need a new goal. Start another goal. I guess we'll start a new goal. Let's do 5. Let's do 5 little.
This stupid
Fox.
motherfucker. He doesn't want to watch it.
Okay. You did it. Your goal's complete. Wow.
This.
Start goal. Let's go.
What a greedy little bastard. Okay, fuck him. I'm gonna go watch the Vanguard shit.
Hugh, thanks for the $4.99. Now I learned the USD shekel rate. Hey, well done. Okay.
She's
The
awful
logical
to
and
watch,
historic
but I love
refutation
watching
of
it.
Rousseau's theory was never, nor is now, difficult, however terrible and far-reaching its effects may have been. The question whether a social contract with conditions not expressly
Hold
stated
on.
yet unalterable existed
Let's
before the
see.
framing of the
Someone
Constitution
link
is a
me something
question
to
of little
watch.
actual interest to states under modern forms
Where
of
is it?
government. The
Suggestions?
legal relationship between government and
Vanguard.
citizen is in any case clearly established
Ethan
now.
is
Okay, fuck you, loner, for not watching my, for not doing what I asked. All right. Let's see. Put this.
still just, you know, we talked for a while about his beef with Hassan. Now it's kind of just devolved into
Okay,
like a
it's pretty
beef with
loud.
any and every random left-wing person online who may or may not like Hassan. So it's like, you know, all these random
Okay.
Twitch people you've probably never heard of, and now he's beefing with Taylor Lorenz.
One sec, I'm gonna get
constantly.
a
We'll get into
drink.
that in a second. But yeah, obviously Hassan.
I'm gonna get a drink. One sec.
Piker just went on Sam Cedar, and Ethan
No.
took to Instagram
Okay.
stories, as he does, hilariously, so that no one can ratio him or reply to him. That's why he does this, by the way. The only reason why he doesn't tweet, why he exclusively posts his bitch-ass thoughts on Instagram stories, is because you can't reply to that shit, and you can't get ratioed if you embarrass yourself. So either way, so Sam Cedar has lost the last shred of dignity he had. It's not that he had Hassan on, it's this pathetic photo of him fawning over him. Bro, you're 58 years old, man. You look pathetic. And obviously, you know, it's a funny photo. It's like a joke that no one cares about, and that Emma Vigeland posted on her Instagram story. It's not like they made this their new cover photo on fucking
It is a
YouTube.
pretty weird
You know what I'm saying?
photo.
It's
Why
a-
is
it's
he
a
looking
fucking
up at
story
him
on
like he's a
Emma's
fucking?
Instagram. Who gives
He's
a
like
shit?
his
It's a funny
dad.
little,
What the
you know,
fuck?
visual joke.
Yeah, comedy is outlawed at the H3 studios apparently, and it's also just like this is why Ethan is losing relevance. He really only has like the deranged Hassan haters left in his space, and that's why he has to keep doing shit like this so that when he goes live, he can kind of stoke that whole like, I hate Hassan industrial complex, which is what the H3 brand has become. This man took one of the powerhouse brands on YouTube. Go back to 2012, guys. Look at the numbers H3 was pulling. It was insane. They were doing remarkable numbers on YouTube. He's destroyed that brand. He's crippled that brand. Now all he has is a bunch of raging Islamophobes in his chat, a bunch of Destiny sycophants who actually hate him and his political analysis, but cannot stop watching him take shits on Hassan and ruin his own platform by engaging in petty grievances and beefs with other people who, again, his audience doesn't
don't really
care
care
about,
about
so
Sam
he's moved
Cedar.
on to attracting a brand new audience of people who just get off on the I hate Hassan, anybody who's talking shit on Hassan.
I don't know, bro. I don't care about Sam Cedar. Sorry,
The
Chase.
GHF are a group of inexperienced.
I don't care
usually
about Sam
stand
Cedar.
rulers. I believe it is to be found in the Negotiorium Gestio.
Why? What the fuck? Why does he look like he's already got a haircut?
Swish and flick. Hey, wherein the body of citizens represent the dominus
Wait, why is it not
Negotiorium,
showing?
and the government represents the jester. The gestor. Oh
Hold on.
the Romans, with their marvelous sense of justice, produced that noble masterpiece, the Negotiorium Jester. I forgot what it fucking means.
This is why I am feared.
Superman. True.
What does he normally get? I don't know why the screen's
Consent
black.
of prior authorization.
Yeah, for some reason. I have my headset on. Backwards.
Well done. Fuck.
I have my headset on backwards.
When the property of the first person is in danger, any man may step forward to save it. This man is the jester, the director of affairs. He has received no warrant, that is, no human
I tried to
law,
pay it for
higher
you.
obligations authorized in the Act. The higher obligations may be formulated in different ways. Firstly, for the state.
Nowhere near me.
To respond to individual
Well, it's
degrees of
loud. Yeah, the
culture,
game is
and
loud.
growing general power of comprehension. The gestio is intended
What
to
can I
work
do?
for the good of the dominus, the people to whom the jester himself belongs.
I'll turn off the video. I can't. This game is not a game I can turn on. I got
The
fucked
jester
there because they had.
administers
get some
of
here.
which he is the joint owner. The joint
Because they got
proprietorship teaches in what
fucking no
purposes
sound.
he warrants his intervention.
Shit, why do I
and would demand his
support?
leadership in peace or war, but under no circumstances is his
I
authority
don't know, my shit
valid
deleted, bro.
qua joint proprietorship. The consent of the numerous joint owners is even under
Oh fuck! They do so much damage.
authority in circumstantial fashion beforehand. In fact, any
I'd like, bro, shoot them!
for internal schisms.
What is this? Why can they both focus me for so long with no punishment?
Be of one mind. The jester will therefore
Ethan has a
take
massive
leadership into his
community
hands
before
and
the
march
Hassan fell out. It got a bit
The
higher
action of
after
the
it. I
jester
don't know
of the
why,
state
but then I have to be
if the
dishonest.
common cause is in danger, and the
Wait, they
dominance
were
of
talking
the
about
state
Ethan's
either by
community
want
just
of
like
will
dipping?
or by subsequent reason. Gestor. People of
Can you help me?
Fuck.
Hide.
Resembling a contract.
Waves come, I'll be ready.
This is the legal relationship existing before, or more
He's coming for you.
I teach you!
The Jester becomes unanswerable for everything.
They call me.
I don't know, this fucking furnace is not doing shit.
But rather leave it in the state, else it would take us too
Trying to
far.
survive while you do no damage.
Under attack. The conducting of affairs with the approbation of a man of business is just as effectual as if it had originally been carried out by his authority.
I don't know how you're 50 HP when they're fucking hard focused on me.
The Jewish people are at present prevented by the diaspora from undertaking the management of their business for themselves. At the present time, they are in a position of more or less severe distress in many parts of the world. They need, above all things, a jester. This jester cannot, of course, be a single individual. Such a one would either make himself ridiculous, seeing that he appears to be working for his own interests, contemptible. The jester of the Jews must therefore be a body corporate, and that is society.
Must have burst.
Holy shit, that was
Hold on.
difficult.
Let's see.
What does it mean?
The old New York tuxedo.
What the fuck does that mean?
We need to move. Well done, my friend.
He got away one hit.
I was this close.
And these two.
is ready.
This Inferno is just farming and doing nothing with it. I fucking hate these people. This game makes me want to kill myself.
He reads Negotiarum Gestio.
What? Sounds a bit rude.
You may find the conversation a bit above your head at first, Melty, but you'll soon get used to it.
Pick on someone, ship. Pick on me.
No, you guessed for two, and you're invited to tonight. You must be Gwendolyn. You were invited anyway. Come in. It's in here.
Why would you take that, bro?
Keep your eyes on Hayes.
What has this to do with that?
Sorry.
Okay.
Let's take out Hayes. Let's take out Hayes.
Infernus, no!
Upgrade.
Well, I'm just trying to fetch this appear to be wearing the yellow devil. Stop
Objectives.
My earmuffs.
I got fucked by like two.
No, thank you. Engage Scott's way of telling us to burn more Catholics.
They're just hard. Like, I can't do anything.
This means
I
we'll have work to do in the domains of science and politics.
I see that.
Founding the state, as I conceive it, presupposes the application of scientific methods. We cannot journey out of in the primitive fashion of times. We shall previously obtain an accurate account of our number and strength. The society will be the new Moses of the Jews.
I'll be
The undertaking
stacking
of
bodies
that
all
great
night.
and
I'm
ancient
leaving.
jester of the
I'm not
Jews,
fighting that
primitive
when none of
days
them
bear
did
much
anything
the
with
same
that
relation
shit.
to ours that an old opera bears to a modern.
Our yellow guardian has been defeated.
But doesn't Mizrah mean does that mean fucking peace?
Our blue walker is under attack.
Okay.
For my farming, doing nothing with the farm. Lovely.
We are playing the same melody with many more violins, flutes, harps, violin, cellos, and bass viol. With electric light, decorations, choirs.
They keep fighting like everyone on
The first singers
fucking
were
mid.
Cringe. Fuck this guy. This town, I hate the right list. They actually don't deserve to live. It's good that they're dead, actually.
Okay, press rescue beam.
Our green guardian has been destroyed.
Maybe trophy collector? Like, why don't I have trophy collector? Oh, because really foot.
This pamphlet is intended to open a general discussion on the Jewish question.
Our blue
Friends and
walker
enemies
is
will take
under
part in it,
attack.
but it will no longer, I hope, take the form of violent abuse or sentimental vindication, but of a debate, practical, large, earnest, and political. The Society of Jews will gather all available information from statesmen, parliaments, Jewish communities, from speeches, Thus, the Society will find out for the first time whether the Jews really wish to go to the Promised Land and whether they ought to go there. Every Jewish community in the world will send contributions to the Society towards a comprehensive collection of Jewish statistics. It's interesting, there's one place I want to know here.
Welcome to my ice.
He can just do that much damage. Oh, he's a puncher. It sucks that he's a puncher because one of my abilities I just can't fucking use during that time. Two of my abilities actually, I can't parry during this either. So fucking annoying. Cooldown on this.
I noticed that he refers to it as the Promised Land when they haven't actually decided where they're going. I think that's interesting. We know colonies, vassals, fall away from
When you're playing a character and he's playing punch build and two of your abilities prevent you from using parry, yeah, it's kind of fucking annoying.
Come out and face me with courage.
Our blue walker is under attack.
A state
I love him. Come, friend.
is formed.
The spirit urge waiting to be
Is it a tourist
claimed.
visa to visit Israel or a full journalist visa? No. Tourist. I even need a fucking visa. I need a visa, don't I?
I see haze.
And I can't get away from him.
State formed. Not by pieces of land, but rather
He does
by
so much fucking damage, man.
men united under sovereign rule.
Press. I'm gonna say for rescue beam.
Visa on arrival for bongers. Something like that. Page 33. Glad the notes as well.
Well played.
Time to move.
Refers to the Jewish state
I'm coming left.
being formed on the Promised Land. Where the state
There they are.
Our green walker is under attack.
And where, friend, do you think
further tasks such as investigation by experts of the new country and its natural resources,
We make a good team, yes?
preliminary work for legislation and administration, etc. must be consciously evolved out of the original scheme. Externally, the society will attempt to explain for the general part to be acknowledged as a state form of power. The free assent of many Jews will confer on it the requisite authority of the
freezing them?
And you couldn't kill her. And you couldn't kill her.
In my world, boys and girls.
Still can't do the damage. He still can't do the damage, bro. Bombs, yeah, because I want to heal the most.
Even before I went to Israel, there was like a bunch of shit going on that I was like, oh, I go to Lebanon now. People be wild. Further tasks
I
such
can't
as
save her.
investigation by experts of the new country and its natural resources, planning of
Hayes will mow you all down if you
Externally,
don't
the
stop
society will attend, as I explained before, in the general part to be acknowledged as a
green
state.
water is under
I don't have the
Free assent of
damage.
many Jews will confer on it the requisite authority in its relations with governments. No, it's nothing to do with fucking Philandus.
Play support, play zero support items. Good job. Good support.
What do you mean no support items? What the fuck is he on about?
Internally, that is to say, in its relations with the Jewish people, the society will create all parts.
I literally can't get
It will be the nucleus out of which
I could be fucking 5 minutes getting chased and this team does fucking nothing.
As I said before, supremacy assured us by international law over a portion of the globe sufficiently large to satisfy our requirements.
No support items?
Can't do much in lane behind, like Stevie or some shit. You have Kelvin. Kelvin is so good for healing. They're not gonna lose.
Kelvin's great for healing, but you need damage on your fucking side to do something back.
No, Infernus counters save so much.
Yeah, and he did fucking nothing with it. Nothing happened with fucking... This guy did not exist. I was getting ganged by 2 people and this guy did not exist.
For in historic days,
Or you just cleared your fucking wave.
Not more than 40 years ago, gold digging was carried out. A report brought desperados together from every corner of the earth. They stole pieces of land, robbed each other. Sedate geologists and engineers alone are on the spot to regulate surrounding rock. Look what is left.
Actually, nothing to do. 3 of them teleported.
Country by means of every modern expedient. As soon as we have
3 of them at the teleport and do nothing with it. Okay, I'm just playing damage after. Playing support.
These men will have 3 tasks to perform. 1, an accurate
cooldown.
investigation of all natural resources of the country. 2, the organization of restricted
blue
land
charge.
administration. 3, the distribution of land. These tasks intersect one another and will be all carried out in conformity with the now familiar object in view. One thing remains to be explained, namely how the occupation of land according to local rules is to take
Telling
place.
you to buy
In
something
America,
like
the occupation
SUB.
of newly opened territory
Or
is
the
set about in the
Nova.
most naive fashion. The settlers assemble on the frontier and the appointed time make a simultaneous and violent rush for their portions. We shall not proceed thus in the new land of the Jews. This is so interesting. The amount of times they get compared.
Nice.
Don't go.
Remains to be explained.
I got hooked.
How the occupation of land according to local is to take place. In America,
Let's take out Hayes.
Please end.
I won't let the team down.
It's autism level. It's not funny.
for their portions. We shall not proceed thus in the
Bro,
new
you
land.
sat right next to Hayes and couldn't hit her for 5 fucking minutes. What are you talking about? You can't hit people. You have an aim character and you can't aim.
The urn has been dropped.
1, 8, and 2.
Lots
Try to guess what.
in provinces
Okay, okay, sorry. I will answer again. 1, 9, 2.
Actually,
What I
this
mean,
is
what I
just
mean,
one
Kelly.
spot here.
Can you try to guess? Are you not such smart?
Well, I do the bit at the top as well. There's a bit here that was interesting.
Why would I even reply?
Oh, you stupid understand, unlike.
I could say something really unhinged, but it's probably not be safe for YouTube.
Page 36.
These people don't appreciate support.
People prioritize like what things to.
This is specifically why I ignored the fucking support items, because there's no point in doing support items for people like this.
There's like so much of this I want to copy down, but it's too much.
Also, I'm not the best Calvin support. Why is there no surrender key still now? I'm like 13k, I can't fucking catch up to 32k. He has 3 times my souls, he's gonna fucking kill me in 2 punches.
Properly and will pay expenses out of funds provided for their self-government. The society will be in a position to judge whether local groups are not venturing on sacrifices too great. A great commonwealth of great sacrifices will thus be rewarded by the establishment of schools, academies, etc. And these government institutions will not be concentrated in the capital, but distributed over the country.
These knives do so much fucking damage, Jesus Christ.
Okay. In the same way as we cannot
Ready to go in and explode.
do not wish to obliterate the
And
everything will shape
tried to support it, got hooked. Too bad, GG's.
Every youth element will be given sufficient scope. Our people will be made thoroughly acquainted with all these matters. We shall not take others unawares. Never show fear, no matter the odds.
Now I'm gonna play Calvin again, I don't think. But if I play Calvin, it's gonna be for damage. They're just way too ahead. He can't fucking do it. Burst fire? Why burst fire? He's not even leveled up his... Oh, he's max RC, okay. I hope I go against Conch. Okay, I think I recognize their names.
But
wait, is this title still peak with smug? Wait, how can I change that? Hold on.
Did your cell phone ever go out of sight during your trip?
Hold on. Edit video. Is it edit video that lets me? Not peak with smug. Deadlock and watching that. I don't know. Deadlock and stuff. Yeah, deadlock stuff. Fuck it. There you go. Now it's not. Sure, the stream's going great today. That is a terrible match. Right, let me.
Most people would think it's suicide to go into a battle without me.
Pretty
but you are an
good.
individual with no fear of losing.
Okay, Calvin, shut the fuck up, Vosh. Fucking hell, he just yaps and yaps and yaps. Okay, I don't like this. Geist, I guess Geist is pretty good. I changed the title. Should be fine now. But let's go check. Regular YouTube.
Whose desires are bound up with the preservation of state. But our history has been too long interrupted for us to attempt direct continuity of ancient constitutional forms without exposing ourselves.
I don't know why it does that. Why it just like makes the screen black?
King BB. Yeah, where is he? Bring it
Is
in.
it because of default view like this? Does it go away now? It still goes away. I have no idea why. Okay. Anytime I tab out of it, what the fuck?
Constitution.
Should
I
be
think
lower
a
now.
democratic monarchy and an
Oh, I haven't played Paradox in a
aristocratic
long time. Fuck
republic
it, I'll play
are the
Paradox.
two most superior forms of a state, because
Wait, hold
in
on.
them the form of state and the principle of government are opposed to one another, and thus preserve a true balance of power. Cute.
What time is it? It's 12.
I am a
I
staunch
think
supporter
Loner Stream's gonna outlast me today. I'm sleeping at like 2. In like 2 hours.
of monarchical institutions.
I didn't stream today,
because
yesterday
these
because I had a lot of work
allow
to do.
a consistent policy and represent the interests of a historically famous family born and educated to rule, whose desires are bound up with the preservation of the state. But our history has been too long interrupted for us to attempt direct continuity of ancient constitutional forms without exposing
Clearly not.
ourselves to the charge of absurdity. Fuck, I need to get faster at typing. It feels like annoyingly slow.
Wait, what?
37? Page 37?
It just doesn't view the box for some reason. I have no idea why it's not viewing the box.
A democracy without a sovereign's useful counterpoise is extreme in appreciation and condemnation, tends to idle discussion in parliaments, and produces that objectionable class of men,
None of the
professional
people I followed
politicians.
played again.
Nations are also really not fit for unlimited democracy at present, and will become less and less fitted for it in the future. For a pure democracy presuppose a predominance of simple customs, and our customs become daily
knew it
more
would do
complex
that,
with the growth of
dumbass.
commerce and the increase of culture. Clever. I guess he doesn't like what's happening now. I've heard this before, that he was like he's a bit skeptical of like true democracy, even though Israel's very, very proportionally represented for democracy. It's a proportional representation government, right?
I got someone
Democracy.
paused. Why can't they see?
A
Automatic
democracy
windows?
without a
Why
sovereign's
can't they fucking see it?
useful
Hold up.
counterpoise is
Okay.
extreme in appreciation and condemnation. Tends to idle discussion in parliaments and produces that objectionable class of men, professional politicians. Nations are also really not fit for unlimited democracy present, and will become less and less fitted for it in the future. Interesting.
No idea why. Okay, this is shit. Give me new ones.
Wow, we have a fucking Mulder in chat. Oh my god. Gilad Johnson, absolutely fucking reeing.
I don't know why.
Simple.
What you looking for?
Customs and our customs become daily more complex with the growth of commerce and increase of, so he's saying that the viability of direct democracy or proportional democracy without monarchy or constitutional whatever the fuck is actually gonna become weaker with time. Whoa! French! Le resort d'une démocratique est la vertu.
I do love the gun on fired off.
The people do not understand. Is that what that means? The driving force of a democracy is virtue. Okay.
Oh shit, I'm dead here.
Says
Okay, they
wise
both. Like, can you take some attention off me, brother? Some attention,
And where
brother.
is this virtue, that is to say, this political
Okay.
virtue, to be met with? I do not believe in our political virtue. Firstly, because we are no better than
He
the
also
rest of
just
modern
dies,
humanity.
bro.
And secondly, wow,
Why
I
do
thought
I
they were-
just
I thought
get
they were doing
fucking?
superior, bro. What
They
the
take
fuck?
so much more XP than I do.
I'm gonna write
And then
this
they
down.
just
Okay, okay.
fucking do nothing with it.
Le result. But I'm gonna do it the modern way. Do you know what I'm gonna do? Pratique est la vertu. I'm gonna be a nice guy. Okay? I'm putting the fucking French translation for people who don't speak fucking French. Driving force of a democracy is virtue.
Bro, fucking
Driving
stupid.
Force of
Just keep
democracy
pausing.
is virtue.
Okay, unpause, please.
You're welcome. Welcome
They're
to the
about to-
21st century, Bob.
Vindicta's about to get
Said
her sniped.
wise
Just saying.
Montesquieu. And where is this virtue? That is to say, this political virtue to be.
Time to make my move.
Why do you ask questions to which you already know the answers to? I've already answered that question a million times. You are not interested in my answer. Why the fuck are you here?
Here we go.
With not believe in our political virtue. Firstly, because we are no better than the rest of modern humanity. And secondly,
I hit him like 2 times with the bomb.
because freedom will make us show our fighting qualities.
Okay, hit her again.
First. I feel like all of this is pretty interesting, but I just want to keep.
Oh my god, why would you go in, dude?
It's always good to have like a longer version of the quote because we can just shrink it later.
Bro, don't go in
the
without
longer, the
saying
better.
anything. I was already
Only
like
the
20% of my health
I also
when you
hold
went
the
in.
settling of questions by the public voice to be a foolish proceeding because there are no
fuck
simple
is wrong with
questions. That's funny. Fucking
Of
Brexit.
course.
Settling of questions by the public voice to be a foolish proceeding because there are no simple political questions.
I no longer
which
care about
can
this
be
teammate.
settled
I'm just
by
getting
ayes
my
and
money.
noes. The masses are retarded, also more prone even than parliaments to be led away by heterodox opinions and to be swayed by vigorous
And I'm done.
It is impossible to formulate.
You have alt.
Wise
You
internal
have an
or
alt. You
external
stupid,
policy
useless bastard.
in a popular
Holy fuck, he's so dumb.
assembly. Okay, we're gonna do some basic cause and effect now. Okay.
Okay.
Basic cause and effect. I said every time this stalking fucking retard comes in to spew propaganda in my stream and ask C-lining questions when they already know my answers to half of them. They just don't want to engage with them because they're fucking morons. Whoa! We're just gonna watch some memory, okay? We're gonna do the equivalent of. Does this change your mind about these people now?
Why did they nerf this? Like as if the fucking 1% is gonna
What does
make
death to
them.
America mean? Well, I thought it meant peace and stop the violence.
هفته مرگ بر آمریکاست. اون شعار اصلی و اساسی گفتمان مقاومت و ایران عزیز اسلامی رو دارید روی دیوار تصویری مشاهده می‌فرمایید. مرگ بر آمریکا هم دقیقاً بر اساس همون ویژگی‌ها و مختصاتی که رهبر انقلاب فرمودن. نه مرگ بر آب و هوا و جنگل‌های آمریکا، مرگ بر سردمداران آمریکا. وگرنه ملت آمریکا که خیلی وقتا هم در عرصه‌های اعتراضی حضور داشتن، ولی این خوی وحشیگری و استعماری سردمداران آمریکاست که او رو مستحق مرگ و لعن.
Oh shit, that's crazy, chat. That's crazy. He wants to kill all a bunch of American leaders. God. That's crazy. Speakers at a Dearborn. No, Dearborn. That's in the United States.
This is so loud for Mona.
Roaring like Zainab and Sajjad today means that we must stand on the people of truth's side. The ones who are not afraid to say that the leader of the free world is the one who hails from Khorasan, who is the leader of the Islamic Republic of Iran, who made the demons run and scatter with shooting stars.
If they give us a choice between saying free Palestine and being silent,
the shooting, he's talking about fucking ballistic missiles, right?
we will never be silenced. If they have the nerve to say they will assassinate Ayatollah Khamenei, we say, how dare you talk about our religious and political leaders? To hell with your dirty
Why am I
and stained
fighting
mouth.
3 people
The blood of
alone
Hussein will
when
forever
there's
be
so
our
many
blood,
of you around
and
me?
the cry of Hussein will forever be our cry.
What the fuck? I did parried like 6 times there. This fucking useless bastard came in and left. This useless bastard did nothing. What the fuck is going on in
That's
this
crazy.
match?
Like, you're so fucking mad. Oh, what about the Israeli Fuck off, dude. Like, Jesus Christ.
Hello?
So fucking useless,
We talk about all
bro.
sides here, okay? If anything, I don't give it enough attention to the memory memes. They're so good. They're so banging. What was their... It's been on like so many of these since I
Why is this fucking loser on me?
There's been so many of this since I last checked.
I don't give a fuck, I'm farming.
What are their greatest hits? Qatari sociologist demonstrates the correct wife beating in Islam.
What the fuck?
Our green marker is under attack. The spirit urn is waiting to be claimed.
Soleimani comparing Trump's rhetoric to that of Casino. Cute. Egyptian TV host kicks atheist out of studio recommending psychiatric treatment. They used to be like a meme channel, right? They want to be like a meme channel. But now they've just gone like much more political. I don't know when.
أنا ملحد يعني أنا مش بصدق في وجود ربنا ومش بصدق في دين تمام؟
ايه
أنا ملحد فأنا مش بصدق في وجود ربنا أو بصدق في دين بس ده الإلحاد. أنا مش محتاج الدين عشان أنا يبقى عندي أخلاق أو إن أنا أبقى نافع في المجتمع.
بقيت ليه ملحد؟
علشان مفيش أي دليل على وجود ربنا، أي دليل علمي، مفيش أي.
ازاي مفيش دليل على وجود ربنا؟ انت بتتكلم ازاي؟ يعني ايه مفيش دليل على وجود ربنا؟ مين اللي وجدك انت ان انت تكون موجود هنا كانسان او كبني ادم؟
انت عارف انت اتخلقت ازاي؟
ماشي في فرضيات. ماشي هقول لحضرتك في فرضيات كتير بتفسر ان وجودنا هنا على الكوكب ده، وفي فرضيات كتير بتفسر
انا بسأل اتخلقت ازاي؟ بقيت بني ادم
ما ترد ازاي؟ انت بقيت بني ادم ازاي؟ انت موجود ازاي في الكون ده؟
تمام طيب هقول لحضرتك في فرضيات بتحاول تفسر وجودنا، تمام؟ منها فرضيه ان ربنا خلقنا، خلاص. في فرضيات بقى تانية عليها ادله اكتر كتير، زي مثلا نشاه الكون اللي هو البيج بانج، تمام؟ اللي هو الانفجار
كلمنا
العظيم.
عربي. بص يا محمد، اللي بيشاهدونا ناس انت بتتكلم في مصر والمواطنين البسطاء بيسمعونا، كلمنا بالعربي، بلاش المصطلحات اللي مالهاش لازمه.
هو المصطلحات بس سببها ان العلم ده كله اتعمل بالانجليزي، ولما الواحد
انا علم اللي انت بتكلمني عليه. انت عندك حاله من الارتباك، حاله من عدم الثقه، بتتكلم ان انت بتنكر
confused and unreliable. That reminds me of someone. Fuck.
الاله، بتنكر ربنا، بتنكر الدين، بتنكر كل الثوابت. طب انت ايه؟
دي حاجه وحشه.
لا طبعا حاجه وحشه. انا فعلا بص اقول لك حاجه، انت جاي بتتكلم في فكرك، انت ما عندكش فكر، انت عندك الحاد، عندك كفر. ما ينفعش ان انا نخلي ده. انا بقى اسف جدا وبتاسف لمشاهديني ان يكون معايا شاب مصري بهذه الصفات. انا اسف فعلا ان يكون معايا محمد. انا مش هقدر اكمل معاك ولا تبقى موجود معانا في الحلقه للاسف، لان فكرك لا يتناسب. ما ينفعش ان احنا نروح
You are fighting the other half. I'm fighting the other half.
ولا كلمه بنقول
There's multiple of you, singular of me.
هي انت محتاج تتعالج نفسيا. المرض نفسه بينتاب كثير من الشباب نتيجه لظروف معينه بره، ظروف ماديه، ظروف معنويه.
طب انا هاخد بالك يا شيخ. طب انت محمد فعلا زي ما بقول لك الشيخ محمود، انت فعلا رحت للدكتور نفسي. انا بنصحك على الهوا ان حضرتك تطلع من هنا دلوقتي على مستشفى الامراض العقليه تكشف عن نفسك. انت ما ينفعش تكون موجود، للاسف مش هقدر اكمل معاك ولا هتبقى موجود معانا في الحلقه. انا بستاذنك ان انت تفضل تقوم وانا هكمل حلقتي مع الدكتور محمود، لان للاسف افكارك هدامه وتضيع الشباب المصري، وللاسف انت مثال سيء جدا للشباب المصري. هنطلع لفاصل يا جماعه وضيفنا هيغادرنا وهكمل مع الدكتور محمود. وانا اسف مره ثانيه لمشاهديني، لا انا اسف جدا ومره ثانيه ان يكون معايا مثل هذا الشخص. انا اسف وبتاسف ثاني لجمهوري ان انا جايب شاب مصري جاي بيتكلم في افكار للاسف ما عندوش اي حاجه مقنعه وما عندوش اي حاجه ممكن يقدمها، وده مثال سيء للشباب المصري وهم مش كتير للاسف. يا محمد انت ما ينفعش تكون موجود، ونصيحتي انك تطلع لمستشفى الامراض العقليه.
Shit. Is he still yapping? Okay, we'll do one more. He's still yapping.
Fucking idiot. Okay, leaving.
Nasrallah 5 years ago will confront Israeli drones in Lebanon, retaliate. 7 months before the pager attack, use your cell phone and attack devices. No, where's the... so yeah, most of their most popular clips are not actually...
Why is he so fucking fast? They're
had a
usually
bunch
not
of
that
them,
fast in the
fucking
air.
Memes. It's more the memes with the subtitles that get more. Drones and ballistic missiles at an Iranian military parade. Wow. Wow.
This guy, man.
Why would they say Haifa? Why would they say fucking Haifa?
I have no idea why they said Haifa. Did they say Haifa? I don't think they said Haifa.
Which is like a mixed city. Why would they?
Is he gone or is he coming back?
غیرت مردان هوافضای سپاه پاسداران انقلاب اسلامی با اتکا به ایمان تلاش و مجاهدت در عرصه علم و فناوری راه مردی همچون تهران مقدم و شفیزاده را پرتوان ادامه می‌دهند و همراه با سردار غیرتمندشان امیر علی حاجی زاده عزیز کابوسی دائمی برای صهیونیسم غاصب شده‌اند و دور نیست آن روز که به یاری خدا اسرائیل را نابود کنند. مرگ بر آمریکا، مرگ بر آمریکا، مرگ بر آمریکا.
And Farsi goes hard though.
نیروی هوافضا، دلاور مردان هوافضای سپاه پاسداران انقلاب اسلامی آماده‌اند تا نمایش قدرت خود را در مقابل دیدگان پرمهر و صفای شما ملت شریف عزیز و سربلند ایران اسلامی به نمایش بگذارند. ما آمریکا را زیر پا می‌گذاریم. آمریکا بداند او شیطان بزرگ است
Four people here.
Bombs ready.
Four mid.
Blue water is under attack.
Literally nothing I could do. There's just too many people fighting me.
Please die. Green Walker has been defeated. Blue Walker has been defeated.
Not a single ult.
Well played.
Thank God for the 4,000 memory clips that we have available for the 4,000 accounts that we're going to make to try and answer the same question over and over and over again. Actual fucking lunatic, man. God. Alright. We thank you, Memory TV, for your plentiful blessings.
I shall temper your spirits. Impressive.
Help me.
But no member of
Where'd you go? Where did you go?
Every man will be able to and desire to rise in it. Thus, a great upward tendency will pass through our people.
I don't think you're bullshit. I just need you to shut up and start focusing on the game. You said it enough times.
You said I don't believe you. What do you mean?
Playtime. Come and get me.
But no member of
Time to do my thing.
Thus,
Need to fall back. Everyone's here again.
Page 37 to 38.
Accelerating time.
What about AI? What? The ascent, look, they do which is now degenerated.
On execute, to execute, finally. Not playing. Thing is, you gotta lose. You don't get a penalty. I don't know. We're way too far behind. We're not that far behind. We can still win this.
For we are a modern nation, and wish to be the most modern nation in the world, the best kind, like none you've ever seen. Our people who are receiving society.
We'll report this guy because he ruined my fucking lane.
Should they, however,
How do you
show
report
signs of
them?
rebellion, they will be promptly crushed. Society cannot permit the exercise of its functions interrupted by short-sighted or
I miss playing Paradox. She was my most played character.
We cannot converse with one another in Hebrew. Who amongst us in that language? Such a thing cannot be done. Yet the difficulty is very easily circumvented. Every
The
man
spirit
can
urn is waiting to be claimed.
Wow.
Switzerland
Sure.
affords a conclusive proof of the possibility of confederation.
Gathering time.
Holy fuck, he just punched me for half my health.
Try to kill me.
No, too much fucking damage. Oh, that's fine.
Switzerland, okay. Language.
Didn't think he'd do that much damage.
It might be suggested that our
Hollow Point, Cult to Sacrifice. Why is Cult to Sacrifice even here? Ability range for this?
difficulties. We cannot converse with want another Hebrew. Who?
Oh. I already have turns in them cooldown.
It is quite mad that like a whole bunch of these people just learn fucking Hebrew.
This is good.
As a day-to-day
This is
language
shit.
for this. That is just crazy.
Wait, hold on. Veil Walker. Where's Veil Walker? Veil Walker's now here.
Such a thing cannot be done. Yet.
Allow me to open your third eye.
Very easily circumvented. Every man can observe.
Headshot boost.
Speeding up. Have I got a surprise for him?
Hello?
I tried to swap him. Didn't get him.
Yeah.
Either way.
The urn has been dropped.
Man. Thank God. Gone. Not gone. Gone.
We shall give up those miserable jargons, those ghetto languages which we still employ.
Here we go.
Stealthy speech and privileges. Our national teachers will be Jewish. The language which proves itself to be of greatest utility for general intercourse will be adopted without compulsion.
Fucking dipped. These people dip on their teammates so much. Okay, fortitude is shit now. No point in doing it.
Shall we end by having a theocracy?
Are they still
Faith
fighting?
unites us, knowledge gives us freedom. We shall therefore prevent any theocratic tendencies from coming to the fore as part of our culture. We shall keep our priests in contact with their temples in the same way as we shall keep our volunteer forces with the plans of their barracks. Army and priesthood must be honored as high as their valuable functions deserve, but they must not interfere in the administration of the state, which confers distinction upon them, else they will conjure up difficulties without any.
Knockdown. Veil Walker's really good.
Theocracy. No, indeed. Faith unites us, knowledge.
I should follow through this.
Once more.
He's low. I'm way too low to go back in.
Jesus, as we shall keep
Can't waste time.
Okay. Leaving, sorry.
You work well with others.
Yeah, I can't survive that.
Gotta do more type racers. Every man will be free and uncertain favor of this belief as an nationality.
Story time.
If it should occur that many different breeds and nationalities continue to live among us, we should afford them honorable protection and we won't tolerate
I don't know what else I could do. There's actually nothing I could survive, like. This is one of the worst characters I've ever played against in any video game, and some people still think he's not overpowered. It's so dumb how this can. He has no fucking spirit power and he does that much damage. No spirit power. That's the crazy part. No spirit power. That's so fucking annoying. No,
To make a stand and stop them.
Playtime.
Why is he still not dead, bro? Like, the survivability I just fucking showcased is so fucking stupid. So dumb how I can survive that long with no fucking team. I'm 10 deaths. I should be considered the worst player on that team. Yet, none of these fucking dipshits are good at the game. None of them. Give me Paradox. People think she's bad now, so.
The Jewish state is conceived as a neutral.
Not fun.
It will
Yeah, that's fun. He's
require
fun to play
only
against.
an army of volunteers equipped, of course, with every requisite of modern warfare to preserve order. internally and externally.
Oh, I didn't even get Paradox this time.
Make life better for the Arroyos. Complete the ritual, Ivy.
We have no banner, and we don't, and we need one. If we desire to
This is a debuff Ivy. It should just makes the game for them dumb as fucking shit.
Stars. The white field symbolizing our pure new life. The 7 stars, the 7 golden hours of our working day, for we shall march into the promised land carrying the badge of labor. Sorry, but
I was born.
sounds cringe.
Shut up, loner. What is
Comparing history, which is a thing that happens, to nostalgia, which is a memory of something that may or may not have happened, right? And it is a bit of a clumsy frame.
Okay. Would you give up violent resistance for peace? What do you mean? That's a given, right?
You. Wait, what's your name? What? Fatin. Fatin? All these new names. Okay, Fatin from Ramallah. Would you give up armed resistance if there was real peace?
Some Corey.
Would she stop armed resistance or
No, would she with giving it up?
إذا كان في فرصة سلام حقيقية هل بتشوفي إنه لازم نوقف مقاومة مسلحة؟ هل مساعدة تخلي عن
No. Why?
Because they are killing the children. Who's they?
Yeah, who's they?
Because Israel is killing the children and the women. There is no
Why did that just go
peace and
away?
everyone could live normal lives, food, water, everything. Gaza is rebuilt. Wouldn't it be better to stop future wars? Wouldn't it be better to have real peace?
There's no peace.
There's no peace? What? Okay.
There's no peace.
Can there ever be peace in any way?
No.
But there'll just always be war.
There's no.
Would you give up armed resistance for peace?
I don't think she understood the question.
Okay, so no violence, nothing.
But the giving up armed resistance from both sides. Yeah, from both. You know, we don't have to surrender. And when the Israelis come, tanks and aeroplanes bomb the place, cities, civilians, they bomb, man. I'll tell you one very frankly. I don't know how to use
I need slow and hex form.
I don't know how to use a machine gun. I never used it. I do believe in peace.
So what happens? Wait, what happens when there's peace, and then somebody here in Nablus decides, I want my house back in Jaffa. I didn't get it back. I'm gonna go bomb them. So then what happens?
No. Listen to me. If there is a peace, prevailing peace, everybody feels that result, the outcome of peace.
Yeah, but nobody's gonna
That
get
was a bad
everything they
port.
want. There's always gonna be some people who are angry on one side or the other.
I'll tell you one thing now. What the Palestinians are asking for? What they are asking for? They want to live in peace in their
I'm getting damaged by a I'm the one being focused here, and this guy's just like not giving a shit.
We don't mind living with Israelis, with Jew. We don't have problem with Jew.
Wait, hold on. I think I need these.
Problem with Zionist, a political ideology, which believes that
This guy learned the language of the Westerners. Just say Jews, bro.
believe in God, but they believe that God has
No one's gonna accuse of anti-Semitism except really retarded Israelis. I love this. They're not shooting at this guy at all. It's just me that they're focusing.
They want to eliminate us.
Would you give up armed resistance if there was real peace?
Before 7 October, I am with the peace, but after 7 October, I am resistance.
Why?
Because only the rights down. Unfortunately.
But if there was real peace, maybe we wouldn't have another attack on Gaza. Maybe we would actually.
Sorry, but now I am not speaking about that.
It's just nothing.
We have now like I don't know in English. I'm sorry. بس إنه في ازدواجية بالمعايير.
There is a duplicity in the criterion standards.
Yeah, because that. By the way, I am very activity in my village, and I am working with many people international about Hitler attack, about.
So much easier to just play for yourself.
But now the situation, all the
No, I'm gonna fuck.
It's different.
Yeah, it's different. Not like before 7 October, unfortunately.
هذا كمان سؤال.
Don't want to extend the mag.
Come on. يصير في سلام.
Look at this fucking. He's still not taking advantage. He's still not taking advantage. Both ults were used on me. Fucking hell. Mystic slow would be nice. Rapid recharge.
No, we're not going there.
Tel Aviv also.
Ah, you see why he's doing it. He's just trying to get as much farm as he can. Let's see if he actually does anything with it. Of course he does nothing with it. You're so fucking useless.
So this is what we need. And nobody gives up their origins.
If you like that, I got some other stuff to fill off the
Our
truck.
origins are from 1948. Okay, السؤال كان هل مستعد للدفاع عن المقاومة المسلحة من أجل السلام الحقيقي؟ إذا في فرصة سلام حقيقي مستعد تحكي للمقاومة خلاص؟
They will all die.
So you said you spoke English, that's why.
Yeah, okay. But it's just a question.
السؤال صعب. السؤال صعب difficult question. ليش؟ لأنه never be a real peace. Because Israel is big. Because Israel is
What the
big.
fuck is that?
Understand the language.
What is that? Why is it going down there?
Like, and give us what we want, what we demand, what we've been fighting for, you know?
If it happens, it will not be sustained and to be continued. It will be interrupted. So our experience with Israel is within the same
tried. I love Ivy. I'm gonna get next item is this. Missing both.
Would you give up armed resistance for peace?
Look how much damage I did to this guy. Look how much damage I do to this guy, and he just doesn't. Like, I give you that kill on a silver platter. Come on. This fucking useless bastard watched me and waited till I died. Run double kutsu? What do you mean double kutsu? Like, you have 4 charges.
All people love peace, but what we say for the people who have lost their families, their children.
Well, everybody can say that. In every war, people can say that.
They must be pleased to say they're sorry or make
Let's push Greenwich. If they say sorry.
Yeah, okay, we want to make peace. But after what? It's not peace. This is the power of peace.
No, but would you make a real peace agreement with the Jews?
Oh fuck, wrong one, no! Fucking muscle memory.
Yeah, from 1993 to nowadays, all days is killing, is go to
Fucking muscle memory.
borders.
It's a fun game. You can rewind alt, but it's kind of just not worth it to go refresher. Because you have lightning scroll now. You get a stun after you hit them with the knock up and the silence. You get another stun too with lightning scroll.
True peace. What is true peace to you? You're the first person who said yes.
Peace and what exactly?
Peace with the Israelis.
You want peace? How much you feel like there's peace? Or
No. Would you give up armed resistance? We'll call it peace. Would you give up armed resistance for peace, for real peace with the Israelis?
I don't know. I don't know exactly with I don't know. I know just do you feel like there's any sign that there wouldn't be a truth from the things that literally people look at us like you know, the worst thing that you feel like you're just a number in
Is
other
he chasing?
people's eyes. Like
No.
when the number gets high or low, they don't care about like a human rise or not. But when you see like people don't treat you like human beings.
Okay, but imagine
how you could feel like there would be a peace.
But imagine there could be real peace, Israelis and Palestinians, real peace.
Real peace, real peace.
Would you give up a resistance, armed resistance?
In peace in general, you know. But do you feel like this would be like after all what happened? I'm not sure that people inside will be very clear after what all happened, you know. It's time. It is a long
But
time
more's
to
gonna
think
happen if you
about
say
this.
no. That's the fucking problem. With all that's happened, more will happen if you say no. That's the issue.
All this just will be past and
I'll give my allies the chance to
Okay,
shine.
give me trophy collect, rescue beam running. Nah, I wanna get trophy collector so I can fucking get ability range going. I can get this, and I can get Mystic.
with people who really want peace.
Mystic slow, heal bane next. Get a heal on the kill.
I want peace.
Cause I just
How does that hit? In my head, later I would do this plan. You know? This is what I'm thinking of. But I'm at peace and I'm with peace in general.
Oh shit, it was yours.
الناس برا بسبب السؤال بحكي
No, not you. No, not you. Oh, okay. I just died with
push up green, please.
بس يعني احنا الشعب الفلسطيني ولا عمره ولا
There's 3 mid, so maybe I can get it off. Nah, looks like Holiday is going for it.
without her faith. If you're not strong, nobody listens to you.
Oh yeah, you're getting it.
There is no peace.
If there was real
Yeah.
After the war,
I need help here. Like, stop killing the minions and help me. What the fuck?
genocide, leave your house.
So they can prevent future genocide. Sure.
Peace doesn't stop genocide. This is my house. There are
Bro, can you help me? Abram's on me. Oh no, Abram's coming in.
the people were demanding for peace.
The spirit urn is waiting to be claimed.
So that
Would there be peace if Likud falls? Would
إذا
there be
اليهود
peace?
سقط هل بيصير في سلام؟ برأيك؟ هل ممكن يصير في فرصة للسلام؟ Maybe.
اما حاليا لا
But currently no.
يعني احنا شعب كان بده السلام ومع السلام
Wanted the peace. We were
بعد
with the peace.
هذا اللي
But
صار
after what has happened, it's difficult.
الحق ما بيرجع بالسلام ما اخذ
You're right.
اخذ بيت داري حياتي بالقوه
taken by
عيشينها بالسلام
Okay, hold on.
Returned by
Suppressor, hold on. Only for this guy, really.
happened in front of
She's
them
playing kind of support, not really gun.
to be convinced.
They're mostly heal.
Thank you so much. And for the record,
This guy's gonna heal a lot. This guy's gonna heal a lot. Yeah, he'll be.
of martyrs and
And
detainees
Palestinian detainees in Israeli prisons.
in Israeli prisons who have been cut off financially by the Palestinian government because of the new reforms.
By the Palestinian Authority.
By the Palestinian Authority.
Yes.
Would you give up, agree with giving up armed resistance for real?
Nice.
I'll carry my friends.
Give me. Then booster now gives me 7.9. Oh, bro, why so much? So much fucking effort for me. 3 middle. This fucking stupid rot knows he's gonna get fucked later, dude. Yes, give up that walker for it. Give up that walker, you fucking dumbass. I need this, I need this. I also need I don't have cooldown yet. I need cooldown. Warden, I'm on my way with my ult. If you survive for like seconds. I don't think I'll make it to you because you're heading in the wrong fucking direction, bro.
We are with stopping their resistance. If there isn't peace, we will stay with it.
They're overtaking.
Can we take that walk? Like, can you retake walkers? Just 5 mid.
Oh, that's a lie because it's 3 minutes.
Wait, what? Hold on. Oh, you're right. Yeah, there's 4.
Take that.
That was 5 mid. I swear I got fucking hit by 5.
There's no way.
None of them get killed for.
Yellow Walker is under attack.
I need more stocks. This team doesn't help with stocks.
No, he asked what is peace.
What is peace? طب ايش يعني سلام؟ لو حكوا سلام بتكون سلام كيف بتحب يكون شكله؟ How would you like it to look like?
With the Israelis.
مع الإسرائيليين. كيف بده يكون شكله سلام؟ لو بده يصير سلام كيف بتحب يكون شكله؟ شروطه يعني شو بصير بعده؟
الحياة زي قبل وإنه أهم شيء الحرب على غزة
the way it was to stop the war on Gaza, and that aid and assistance comes into Gaza.
I see Bebop.
Pretty reasonable asks.
Green Walker is under attack.
Who's running to the right?
I have rescue beam, but it's kind of fucking useless.
Let's push low.
Kinda useless at this point. Let me get that. Alchemical fire is kinda really insane.
Oh fuck this shift character.
I need storm gun.
Nice. Okay, good job.
Freely.
Bro, shift just heals for infinite like health and more.
Find a way to stop Shiv.
We can't push go back. Everyone is here.
Oh no, bro!
Oh, I think it killed me, man.
Okay.
Great job.
Wait, you survived, okay. I think they were so confused that they couldn't aim at you.
Guys, let me stay one lane. Stop. Stop farm sides on Yamata.
Oh, that's what my character is for. What do you mean? Look at the KD, bro. I literally pushed the walker with you before. What do you mean?
Okay. That's a lot of effort. My next item is Transcendental. It's 32k. Sweet.
Oh, they're coming to you, Hayes. Careful. They're boosting on the zip.
I used to play Gun Ivy a lot, but they nerfed her to the ground. Her gun is now shit. She doesn't do anything. She can barely stack anything. You kind of just have to play the bomb build.
Yeah, but can you go back a little?
Loads of bomb.
Oh, they load free.
They're coming from me.
Headed to yellow.
They're low, but
our yellow walker is under attack.
I'm going out. I'm coming yellow.
They've taken our yellow walker.
Pull blue.
I see Abrams.
Headed to York.
Where the fuck are? Wait. Okay, I guess you just land and fight because I can't fucking see them now.
you gotta chill out a bit, bro.
Bro, this Furnace has been a massive pussy since the start of the game. I played with him on my lane. You did not. Shut up. Just stop talking.
Nah,
He watched me die like 7 fucking times already.
What I'm talking about is you getting fucking tilted off cooldown, bro. Chill out a bit. It's a game.
Chill out a bit. Chill out. I will watch these people die before I spend another minute mourning these animals. Right, that's the goal. I will treat it like a game. Save. No resist, I don't give a fuck. How many bullet characters do we have? 1, 2, 3. It's worth getting it.
Good work!
It is worth. Actually, wait. No, I don't want to get it yet because I'm almost.
Oh my god, my fucking parry just ran out of the way. Hold it, clear right, he's got a little. Hold it. Hunt.
just not. I'm not going back in again. I went greedy for a kill that we saw someone was half health, and they just kind of ignored the half health guy and fought everyone else that's full. This would be so nice.
Could earn maybe.
This would also be pretty good. Ability range on it.
Yeah, go back right now.
Holy fuck, that guy just got melted. What the fuck?
They say if they.
Oh,
I staked.
Come on, let me get my fucking bullet shit. What is this?
And in churches also.
Blue Walker is under attack.
But we must first bring in the idea must make its way to the most distant.
Let me get this.
They're doing work.
They will awaken from gloomy.
That's gonna help keep your blood on my tongue.
I'll get this next, and then I'll get alchemical fire too.
Oh, they will shoot.
Fine. Kill.
Hope you don't mind the pickup.
This fat man is so safe, guys. He's been safe for 5 seconds. Can't we kill him?
Kill the Mongol blue, are you scared, fucking idiots?
They've taken our green walker.
They could...
Run while you still can.
Can you double shift or?
I do. No way! Fuck this character, bro.
You think you run this place? I got you. In control.
Fuck's sake. I came here to get away from her, so yeah, no, good luck with that, buddy. Let me get this.
I'll push back yellow.
So fucking obnoxious.
Consequences once more.
Give me the heal.
I got more where that came from.
This is good.
Oh, shot.
Bounce.
It's not solid. Alright. Well, that's.
Give me my heal, and then I'll get the sounds. Yep. Everyone on my team's way ahead of me, so.
Big boom.
Go in, black, kill.
Bro, you were gonna fucking die.
Let's go for a ride.
One, two.
150 pages. So maybe it's shorter. But no.
Is anyone there able to pick me up? I was
I'll read it though. I'll read it.
Give me this.
It's a fucking fiction as well.
Now that's a fiction I will endure.
The shorter ones I want to read on what else? Herzl's
I'm dead.
Like, this is pretty good.
Let's go back. I love your time.
Diaries of Herzl.
Can't do much better.
Amazon? Okay.
Shift spotted.
500 pages.
Nice.
I don't care about fucking forward.
I'm coming on ship, we can kill him because he's gonna be...
He's way overextended. This character is so broken, man. Are you serious right now?
Slow and hex. Just slow and hex. You prevent his ult.
Brother, no, okay, sure. I'll buy slowing hex.
Is that all I need to read from Herzl then?
I mean, you kind of fuck up his most powerful ability.
Essays I could come across.
Both of them.
Yeah, no, that's the part that's broken about him.
You're talking about history? Just get that damage.
How's the warn, bro? Look at... Insane. Go.
Nice work.
Okay, you guys are overextended a bit. Go back. Different mid.
I need to spend when I have 10k. Oh, I'm dead. Okay.
Hey, who got grabbed?
Isn't the iron wall only
I'm
like
dead. Don't fight it. Go back.
look up Moses has, bro.
I saved. I know I'm alive.
Let me
take green buff, guys.
I mean, bullet resist is nice here, but I want something. Silence wave. I need shit that fucks them up with my bullets. Like, I need my bullets to do something. This is good. Toxic bullets is good.
All natives resist colonists.
Get ready for some Daniela West. I highly doubt he's gonna watch it. This works too, but
That might be interesting. Ask ChatGPT for the cliff notes.
Still here?
The diaries I can just read over time. Like there might be a particular letter.
I mean, there's something. Oh, this doesn't fucking slow anymore. Any of these?
Mistake again.
I have some down.
He dies.
Okay, spiritual overflow, ability duration, kind of good. This is something that I was thinking of getting.
We can mid boss.
Yeah,
Maybe
I'm
on 12.
Yeah, I'll probably read the iron.
Nah, fuck it. Let me rush lightning scroll. Lightning scroll would probably fuck them up quite a bit because it's like it's an extra 100 damage, 150 damage, and a stun on top of my mock-up. This is like kind of really good because this guy's a melee fuck too.
James has max hold.
The rejuvenator is descending.
Way too soon.
Let's go for a ride.
Okay, we got him. We're gonna go in.
What a bag! Holy shit! You just dropped this fucking spirit, or
Jesus coming for them.
Fuck is anybody retarded enough to believe this?
Yeah, 2.3k, that's crazy. Am I getting iron?
Uh-oh.
Doing what I can.
What?
I parried! What the fuck? Okay.
Hold the horn.
So fucking dumb. I'm mostly spirit here.
Well, thanks for fulfilling the goal.
I want spirit. Divine power would be nice.
If I could find a selection.
Going shopping could be a
This is
game
also
changer.
really good.
More? What the fuck?
Classiest gargoyle I've ever had the pleasure of seeing.
Okay. No, we have lightning scroll now for the ult.
Alright,
70 seconds.
Bye bye. See you tomorrow.
Okay.
They only have one shrine left.
Ready to fly?
Down.
That's right.
Are you content?
Furnace,
Probably-
get out.
I guess.
Play for the next buff's and earn 30 seconds. That's fine.
They're not bringing me down.
Holy shit.
Okay, he died for that. That's fine.
Get out, get out, get out.
Toxic bullets would work. Wait, did that motherfucker end his stream and not raid? Fuck you. I gave him like 300 shekels today, this stupid bitch. He ended his stream without raiding. What a bastard. Gave him 300 shekels too. Wait, he raided lone. He raided these bastards. He raided the fucking pod. These dumb cunts. Not cool, boner box. Not cool. Let's see. Third direction. Whoa. The ability range is being now high for the good. This is 12, so I get 12%. So this is 35. This is gonna be huge. Wait, why is it 8 right now? Shouldn't it be more? 12?
Someone stop
Should get.
I fucking hate this rescue beam item. Go out.
Oh shit! I can get that. I forgot. This very helpful. And it fucking is like such low cooldown.
I got you.
I'm coming with ult.
I'm staking out on it now.
Okay.
Nice work.
Fuck. I don't have a beam.
This day will be remembered.
Good game.
Bro, you should not be speaking that as fucking. Oh my god. No, I was playing support. I did a lot of damage for a fucking support though. What the fuck? Why am I doing? Why did it more than our fucking Vindicta? Is this kind of stupid? This is kind of stupid. Why the fuck am I doing more than our Vindicta as a support? What the fuck? Okay. I wanna play Paradox. One last match. Paradox. Haven't played Paradox in a long time. Well, I played their last match, but it wasn't great, to say the least. What is this? Hell yeah, I got carried. Let's go. Get carried, guys. Yeah, I'm probably gonna end it after this. Sent another box of message. Taking my shekels and not raiding me is wild. Maybe I'll get some good sleep tonight, cause fuck, I had to wake up early yesterday. I'm chronically online, so I just scroll TikTok while I'm waiting for a match. Not really TikTok, this is just Instagram, to be fair. Unfortunately not, no. When I used to go on TikTok lives, there were a lot of them there, but no, not so much. Let's see. It's so dumb. He's so much better as a support, so I should just play support on him. Cause like his 2, that's the fucking, this level 3 thing. Maxing this out is insane. Minus 21 seconds, and it removes all debuffs, and it protects you. It's so good.
Simple, effective.
And you combine that with Guardian, you can save 2 teammates from like fucking insane dubs. No, I don't want to. I mean, you can run gun build. If you run gun build, you should. I might as well include punch. There's another, yeah, this build. You should do this build, the punch. He's a lot. Honestly, he's pretty fucking good. Like he can do, he's one of the more versatile. I didn't pay him. I didn't pay him to raid me. I just said, wow, taking my shekels and not raiding. This. He's gonna try and punch me after. Don't fucking use your wall. Just parry as soon as he goes for the punch.
Sure.
If he plays this right, he's gonna go for the punch because I don't have my parry, and my McGinnis needs to parry this. This is so much of a fucking cunts. Like, just let us play. Okay, hold on. Just bait him with the wall. Don't make him think the wall's gonna be there. Just put the wall after you parry him.
Yup.
Oh, he made it, no. Okay, I'm dead. Okay, well, I'm done. Fuck's sake. Why is his berry still there, bro? Okay. No, you do not let him go. You do not let him go. You do not let him get away with that.
Brother, my man disappeared.
Okay, you got this, I believe. At least don't die to him, okay?
Firing protoplasm.
You're good, good job.
I'm scared.
Okay, no, I'm not doing punch build. Wait, no, my fucking, where's my build? Support. I'm Cuban, that one. That's the one, that's the one. Alright.
If you're looking for the remarkable,
Give me right.
2 a.m. Metro ride.
Leave it to me. Flash thought he could kill me. He was wrong.
Good job, good job.
I'll take them for a ride.
Careful, he's gonna be coming here.
I'm subtle.
Please don't malfunction.
Yeah, the Guardian Ward is probably very good early on.
I'll heal my allies.
When I got ult, I can fuck them.
How?
I'm going ult build, that's why.
That works still?
Yeah. They buffed their ult, so.
There's an item that you would love for his ult fire.
Mogin is best shooter in the game right now, guys. Trust me. More damage than shield. I'm not lying.
There's items here. Express fire. Express shot. Second shot does that much more damage. Or like both those shots do that much more damage. And you also have split shot. Okay, hold on. Give me this, because it's both pretty hard damage on the fucking spirit.
We're not dying today.
Cubes are for healing. Balls are for murder. This will slow them down. Relax. It's funny because I'm basically immortal.
Huge stun.
That was so awesome. Cringe is upset. Run.
This could go bad.
He's so upset.
I got healed in 15 seconds.
I got some other stuff that fell off the truck.
Who needs to be patched up?
I'll protect the team. This is relaxing.
Okay. I just fucking burst in heals. He does a little too much damage.
Sending goo ball. Surprise!
Yeah, he is pretty miserable. But you realize you can parry the 3.
I'm ult on them.
I have my ult too.
It's fun to roll.
fuck.
Could you die, please?
Whee!
They're chasing.
I was hoping you'd chase with them. It's okay. Okay, that... No, not sprint, but I want cooldown first so I can get the items.
I'll keep the team safe.
Okay, why is Bebop coming here? Why is he over there?
I know. I mean, they're both 1 HP.
He's not gonna come back and defend, so let's take this warning.
Yep. Good job.
Hey! Careful, Bebop. Firing goo.
Oh.
My bad.
Okay. Hold up. I missed. Wait. Guardian 1. Secure cooldown for everything. So, this benefits.
Attacking. Goo. You hooked them.
So 3 people on green, guys.
There's 3 people where?
On green. Lesh is here fighting. If you
How is there 3 people on green?
Lesh rotated, my bad.
I was like confused. There's 3 people on green. What? How? I see 2 here, 2 there.
No, fine, girl.
Sending goo ball.
I'm just coming to bully him.
Okay.
Never let a Infernus get comfortable.
Who wants to see a goo fit?
Boss has arrived.
I don't think she was getting comfortable, but sure.
Okay, Guardian. No. Don't wanna get. Let's get Guardian. I don't want anyone else to get this though. They're not here. Let's push.
They're rotating to
I'm going to help on yellow.
They're rotating to him.
You would have done so much more damage. Whee! Whoa. Okay.
Flash is here.
Take my boon and be blessed.
I'm out aiming you, buddy.
Good punch.
Impressive as always, Hayes.
Yeah. Give me.
Good luck not getting shot.
Solar is here.
On fire for the fucking cube.
Back.
Dynam's on his way to you guys. I hear him. Beep beep beep. I need this. It's duration.
Four of them dead.
Lash is above you. Lash is above you.
Let's take out Dynamo.
And so is Bebop. I know.
Okay. Give me a rescue beam.
Little protection goes a
For
long
now.
way.
We push elsewhere too.
Try to swap somebody.
I am not the best at pushing with this character right now. I can come support.
I can swap, Hugo.
Fuck did he?
Our blue guardian has been defeated.
Rejuvenating.
There was a time when people valued nemesis.
Good work.
Around here.
Our blue wall.
And so my work begins.
They stopped Bebop. They don't seem nice.
Bro, he survived for so long. Okay, come on, guys. There needs to see some, like, fighting back there. Okay. Combat region, out of combat region. I do want this and this. Stick expansion. Extra charge might be a good shout. These aren't support items. I mean, this can be.
The spirit urn is waiting
Well,
to be claimed.
we're going to the wrong thing.
Spirit jars here.
Our yellow
Got it.
guardian has
Jim.
been defeated.
Exploring goo. Time for stealth. Their sniper's dead. Friend.
Give me.
It's a goo fist.
I want utility as much as I can, but
I got blue, no worries.
you just want the souls for yourself.
They're taking. They're coming
Sure,
from
you take it
green
then.
tower.
I'm joking,
I
because
might
Beepup's
want
already
to
there.
get back to the crew.
They're coming for green tower, guys.
I'm coming green then.
On my way as well. Do you think they see me?
Hellbar. More than he's bleeding and Inferno is one.
Just heal him back up.
I see 7.
Shiv, wanna push up here?
Can try.
I mean, they're all pushed up, so I'm gonna do Earn.
And away we go. To be appreciated.
Let's see, let's see, let's see. Go, 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 go.
He's low.
I can buy something expensive.
Go back.
Just take tier 3 here.
Help me here.
Yep.
3 people here. Run! He was his ult.
Launching goo.
I'm on my way.
Yeah, let them push and I'll just go turn it in.
This body is more capable than I thought.
Blue Walker is under attack.
Play with me.
Why is no one even bothering here?
Let's go kill them.
You gave them a free earn.
You didn't help me. I held it for so long.
And I need to hold it for longer because the people are not coming.
Yeah, whose fault is that? Is that the team or the fucking urn holder? That you guys are not coming.
Earn holder.
What do you want me to say? Urn said.
Oh, man.
What the fuck? Alright, let's see. Someone message me. Let's see. I have enough to buy a cooldown. Next item should be fucking my good old trophy collector.
Ooh, shiny.
This person is gonna be left for dead every time I see him. This stupid rat. Come get it.
Can I have it?
Hey, let's play a game.
I tried. Like... This team fucking sucks. Holy shit, this team fucking sucks.
The spirit urn is waiting to be claimed.
I do so much, bro. They do nothing with it.
I see Warden.
This is why I play support. If you have a dumb team, you just have a dumb team. There's no point.
Goobo.
I see Infernus.
Go faster. They're all on yellow.
Let's push blue.
Go deliver our
Firing goo.
Let's go scum just in case, maybe? I don't know.
They don't have lane, they don't come to you.
Okay.
Let's push Broadway.
Yes, we got it.
Ours. I can explode.
I will take TP and help.
Our yellow walker attack.
Whoa, okay.
It's like walking, but better.
Our yellow walker has been destroyed.
Okay. Give me divine.
Our blue walker is
Since
under
I have it.
attack.
What happened to Haze?
Oh.
Firing goo.
We need to understand and stop them.
Yeah, good luck defending that.
Our blue walker is under attack. Our blue walker has been
They took out McGinnis.
I tried.
I know.
I don't know how.
They're going mid. Never mind. Or maybe they are, but they can succeed.
Which guy told me to chill? The fucking Haze?
Walking goo.
The Haze is retarded. The Haze is like, every Haze is retarded. The way they play, everything about them is just stupid as fuck.
Ooh, blowing goo. Ow. Oh.
I have enough for trouble. Okay, I have enough for trophy here.
Swing by anytime.
Yeah, now I can get stacks for movement speed. I wanna get my shit popped on. Coming. This guy's like doing something.
This may hurt.
Oh, fuck's sake. Whee! Whee!
Nice work.
Gotta get as many of these up as I can.
Okay, saved one. Oh, Shave is still alive too. Return fire is kinda useless here. Mystic slow now. All these are pretty fucking useless here. I need some other stuff.
The spirit bird is waiting to be claimed. Rejuvenator is
No time.
Bingo ball. We need to get on the defensive.
Okay. Give me silence. Silence might work. Wait, do they have? Yeah, I think I might do that. Yeah, knockdown. Give me knockdown.
Selling these to just anyone.
Knockdown's pretty fucking good here. They have 1, 2, yeah, 4 people that I can. 2 people I can out of our ult, like stop them with their ult. One guy I can knock out of the air. 2 people I can knock out of the air.
Let's take out Vindicta.
The urn is being delivered.
I do not have the damage.
We need to make a stand and stop them.
Okay, give me. I think I want to get toxic bullets.
Let's take out Infernus. Outlaw Blue.
Time to move.
Like, it's just, I don't understand. How is he at full health? Wow, thank you. They actually did damage on him. What is this? What is this build? Radiant regeneration, okay, very good item form. Sans glyph. Why are you permanently chasing him? He's clearly baiting. Chase to the ends of the earth so you can die? Like, what?
Death brings consequence once more.
Give me toxic bullets.
Any night.
Looking good.
I just can't move. Yeah, no, support is useless if your team is never alive. I don't know. I was looking for him to fucking knock down. I couldn't find him.
Yes, unstoppable.
Unstoppable isn't for the entire duration of the ult. Nice Phantom 5 game. Alright, that was my last game. I'm gonna probably go to bed. Good night.